Hello and welcome everybody back to Dungeons and Dragons this week. I'm your host Ben Draper and you are all my puppets. I, the Puppet Master. This speech should have been prepared. We start off this. Cheers. So last week, let's get through this real quick because everyone just wants to go around and be sneaky boys. Last week, you finished off attacking the supply camp in the north with a absolutely massive boom. Much fun was had there. With that place done and sorted, we switch back to the other group. You guys are infiltrating the docks of Northguard, you guys are infiltrating the docks of Northguard, about trying to go to the cathedral, to blow up the cathedral and destroy the Eye of Gruumsh upon the cathedral spire. You successfully snuck onto the docks. Oramis eyed up potentially his new boat and killed a bunch of stuff. We left off the session on the orc's turn, and someone dashed. Can't quite remember who. And we said this guy over here potentially.
It was absolutely Oramis. Let's not get this twisted. It was 100% Oramis.
And we said this guy here potentially heard something. I did roll this last week. And so when you're looking over at this orc, you can sort of you're sort of like looking over just as Oramis makes a little bit more noise. You're like, shut up. Oramis like apologizes. His coin purse and the daggers and sword on his hilt were sort of clanging around. You can sort of see this orc like, I hate the smell of bloody fish. Can't wait till we get down to Krigan. And he doesn't really notice you. He has not noticed anything. So he goes back to green. A quick note about dashing from now on. So I did some research, a lot of research in a lot of video games, and found out that in the average video game, you can hear enemies sprinting from 15 meters away. This was confirmed in Siege, DayZ, Horizon Zero Dawn, when you don't have the silent sprint thing.
Oh, fuck me. Ben's gone all in.
Counter-Strike Global Offensive, Valorant, and Overwatch. These are all some examples of games where you could hear people sprinting from about 15 meters away. 15 meters is about 50 feet. So I'm going to rule if you dash and fail the stealth check, anyone within 50 feet of you can make a check to see. Because this guy was like 70 feet away, and yeah, when you're on like docks and stuff, Matt made a good point. You would never be able to hear someone. I can't wait till we all go to Littlehampton and stand on some docks and running around.
We're not doing that. We're not wasting some of our time on holiday doing that.
We absolutely are.
You might not be, Sam, but me and Luke are going. Me, Luke, Matt, JJ, we're all going. You can pick up the fishing chips.
We're going to stand on docks, apparently.
The garden has like some wood planking in it, so like one person can run around on that while everyone's on the beach.
Basically, it's because.
Awesome. So.
Sam's just signing to Lucy.
Sam's signing to Lucy. This is fantastic.
I'll try to explain how. And do you know, when you say it out loud, it sounds even more stupid than it actually is. No, I'm joking. It's very important.
Asshole.
What's that?
Who's first?
I'm confused.
Podcast?
First is technically now the orcs' turns still. So sort of looking around, you can see that this guy up here, he has made sort of two piles in this big sort of rubble. You can tell, obviously, he's a hobgoblin. He's literally born and bred for war and chaos, yet he's been told that he has to scrummage through rubble to find useful things. So he's pretty fed up and he's just kicking stuff around. He's not really doing much. You can see him like bending down, clearing through a couple of bits of the rubble, chucking a couple of bits away. And you can hear these guys over here still talking, still muttering about whatever, probably talking about like, oh, what's the biggest thing you've killed? What's the biggest thing you've killed? And this little goblin over here just sort of like agreeing and disagreeing in certain bits and laughing at others. I don't think any of them are really going to move per se. So we'll pick it up with Gylndan. You were the first on the initiative order. Take it away.
Take it away, Ernie.
Bear in mind
Check out
this fire thing here is about like knee height, not very tall.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna dash up to behind here. So we've
Dash
got
up
stealth check.
to behind there. What's the route you're taking behind there? Actually, either way, you would probably... There is a line of sight towards you,
Is
actually. Fairly clear line of sight from this guy all the way over here.
Oh no, it's not. Oh well, no, there is actually. If I jump between those two bits, no. So I'd have gone behind this blue one and then just jump between those two.
Okay, so that is a...
My stealth check is good enough.
I haven't read it. I can't see it. But because you entered someone's line of sight, either way, this guy's going to move up to yellow. 14, that is good enough not to make him move up any higher than yellow, but he still gets to, on his turn, make an investigation
Okay.
to see what's what.
Well, then I'm going to cast fire.
way
Now
over
I'm checking.
Because way over he's seen something. Also, Gylndan, while you're running across, make me... could you see him from that angle? Yeah, make me a perception check.
Perception.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Perception. Yes.
13. You're looking over at the... so as you sort of really quickly sort of dash around and pass these... between the things, you are sort of looking at the group and you can't notice anything too particular about most of them. The goblin, though, is kind of funny looking. Got a lot of weird metal, sort of bronzish bangles around his wrists and things like that. We know he's the only goblin down here. Yeah, with a 13, you probably might not be able to tell much else, really. Next, if that's everything, Gylndan.
Yes, that's everything.
Next up would be Mazzy.
Right. How much extra do I get for a dash?
So you get your full movement for a dash. If you can move 30 feet on a dash, you move an extra 30 feet. However, remember, 50 feet, people can hear you, per se.
And when you do a
15
dash, you don't
meters
get
and
your,
30 feet.
you don't get your attack
50
either,
feet.
do you?
You don't, no.
All right, then. Well, I've got a bit of range with my longbow. This guy looks like he shouldn't be living.
Which guy where? The guy all the way down here? Or the guy...
that guy.
Okay. Rolled it.
So one sec. Just had something pop up. Okay.
Definitely hits. Real quick, roll me a d20. Just a straight up d20.
I don't know if this is good or bad.
Bad. Very, very bad. Very, 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 very bad.
You fire your arrows straight into the back of this guy's head. So by now I meant to move him. You'd probably be looking back out this way again. And you fire arrows straight into the back of his head. There is no noise, no nothing. He just drops forwards into the ocean below.
The
Splash.
other guy didn't do that. That's not fair.
One of them did.
Well, none of them went in the water.
One of them
They're
did, but
fucked
there was
up,
no one around to hear it.
Yeah, one of them did.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough.
Thereby making this guy wonder,
Mister.
what the hell was that noise? So on his turn, he gets to make a perception check as well to see what's gone on as someone's just fallen in the water.
Just going to go.
Maybe ready your second attack, Matt, for when he comes into line of sight. Just
I'm just going to move around here. So nothing to see.
All right. Yep. Fired your arrow into that guy. Moved around. Pretty standard stuff. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's good.
Cool.
Well, actually, I'm just going to move up a bit further. So how far have I gone? 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. I'm moving up to there.
Okay, cool. We have Oramis.
With a dash, I'm going to move up to there.
The dash, you're going to move up to there.
So moving from there to there is 30.
That's 30, right? And yeah, it's not within 50 feet. I don't think any of your movement there would be within 50 feet of... Actually, maybe this guy. Hold on. What's the sort of... Say you were... This would be the closest point you could get to him. Was 5, 10, 15, 20. 25. Roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Okay.
Oramis is a proper stealthy boy, isn't he?
Very stealthy.
He's a bit of a stealthy boy, yes, he does have. He definitely has some of the stealth.
Ultra stealth.
You've learned from your previous mistakes now, just sort of as you're running, clasping certain items upon yourself quite tightly just to make sure they're not jangling around and things like that.
His man titties.
Balls of...
Anything else on your turn? Just movement?
Just the movement.
Just the movement. All right. Mittens.
Okay. I'm going to
Hockey.
move 5, 7, 15, 20, 25, up to half behind this box.
Uh-huh.
These things are like big lifts, you said, Ben?
Yeah, they are. They're really big, like elevators. Yeah.
So, like, how do they work in terms of cover and line of sight and things like that?
So they will act as. They will act as full cover. If you sort of think it's this on.
Well, they've got a
pretty
base
much,
that they tend to
big.
land in, don't they?
Yeah. So obviously this is the elevator. This is the base. The actual gate bit would be sort of by this this bit here. So that's the wheel, but the wheel sort of descends and drops down when stuff comes in, and all around it is just this sort of solid, very very solid wooden frame all around.
Okay. So, what do I want to do? So, I was thinking of casting dancing lights, just a single orb, up here to make a very soft glow, like up here behind, to try and lure a guard into there.
Up here behind where? Sorry, behind
So,
the elevators.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You can give it a shot.
I mean, that's dancing lights just happens because it's a cantrip.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's what you're doing.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just a single orb. It's just softly.
All right. I'm gonna make a quick perception check of the hobgoblin because obviously there's no sound with it as well. It's just light.
light.
Though he is looking in that direction, so we'll do it with advantage, I guess. 12, 18 plus nothing, 18. I'd say he definitely sees it. He's now a little bit curious. A random little light behind the thing. What color is the light as well?
Just sort of like a little torchlight color.
Okay, like
slightly orangey.
Okay, yeah, like a little torchlight. Yeah, that'd probably be quite concerning. Maybe wondering whether something's caught fire. Maybe wondering if there's someone sneaking around back there. This is a dock after all, and he knows where everyone is. So yeah, on his turn, he might have a look at something like that and go and go have a bit of an investigate. Is that everything on your turn?
Yes.
Cool.
Had to.
So
Is there
I'm
any
going to
more
roll for this guy over here by the fire first. He rolled 19.
Just one.
He's seen something. He has definitely seen something. He's probably on his turn. What? Boy, might have seen something over by the. Might have seen something over by the by the carts. The orc's like, oh, probably bloody nothing. No, I swear, I saw a person. Oi, everything all right back there? To which this guy replied, I can't see anything. He will also make a perception check, and he'll make a perception check around him first. He rolled a 4. Nah. Have a look. He has a very basic look around it. Nah, nothing here. Like, I don't bloody believe him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's going to have a bit of a look-see. This guy will head over here. I did see something over here, though. What the hell's all around here? 10, 15.
Oramis, do you think you could refrain from eating while we're doing a stealth mission? Thank you.
30.
Stealth makes him snacky.
And finally, this guy over here down in the bottom left is going to make a perception check as well to see. That's a 10. So I think on a 10, I'll reside the curiosity over to the next round. So he'll stay on yellow. He's like, did I hear something? What the? He'll probably turn around and realize nothing's there, but sort of won't move from his spot. But he's still a little bit curious, and that'll probably be the enemy's turn. Gylndan, you are up once again.
All right, I'm gonna sort of whisper over to Oramis. Do we get him now?
Get him now.
Right, I'm gonna peel around this corner then.
Oh, hello.
And these 3 here are all gonna get hit by a fireball, I think.
Oh no.
No, it's
Well,
stealth.
That's what you meant.
What did you mean? What do you think I meant?
I thought you meant try and get this boy over here and just clonk him out. But no, fireball.
I mean, I
You
thought
do
we
it.
were actually doing stealth for the entire thing, but that's just blown out. No.
There'll be more stuff later. We're clearing the dock.
I mean,
Nothing says stealth like
You're-
a giant sphere of fire.
You're clearing the dock, but remember it's a pretty big explosion. And although you
Yeah.
are down a cliff face, imagine you're like, I don't know, down the cliff
I think the whole entire city would hear
by
this.
the Isle of Wight, you'd hear a bloody explosion.
No, the whole city won't hear it. If we're further down, I think you'd have to, like, if they're
Also-
quite high up in the city. I don't think they'd hear
at
it.
night, so a massive ball of
I'm
fire.
not saying
You're
whether
like
they'll hear it
something.
or not. I'm just reminding you of where you are. I'm not
First-
saying anything whether they'll
First
hear
and
it
foremost of this mission, we are getting a new boat. Okay, so
or not. No, not saving all the people.
secondly,
Forget
we're
the boat.
saving all the people.
And thirdly, we're getting our kill count
Oh.
up. So I'm going to cast
Can I just ask the
Oh,
fireball to accidentally just
Christ.
go towards the boat a bit, just to annoy Oramis?
What'd you say?
You're going to catch the boat on fire.
Just
I swear to
accidentally
God, I'll-
throw the fireball at the boat.
I'll kill
But
you
Ben
all.
did not spend £1 on the artwork for me to burn the boat.
You can burn the boat down. I don't care. You'll probably get a new boat.
Ben, can I redirect my fireball at the boat, please? Right, well, I
Hey
regret
ho.
it, but I've committed to action
Hey
now.
ho,
So
let's go. Roll for fireball. I've got dex check to make.
I mean, you could undo it.
Where
Before you
is
roll
If I was-
it.
where is
I'm
the
not gonna lie,
impact?
No, you're
If
right.
I was Balzanor right now, I'd be rolling counterspell.
Where is
that
the
is-
impact of the fireball?
it's going to centre on this guy, so it gets all 3 of these.
Gonna center on that guy. Gets all 3 of those guys. And
What a
And Ben,
waste.
tell me if they pass or fail, because I've got some nice little surprises for them.
I don't even think it fucking matters. They're orcs, man. Come on. First orc passes. Hobgoblin fails. Little goblin fails. So
Okay,
he
the orc's going to
is
fail.
I mean,
Yeah, the
okay,
orc's gonna
so
fail.
28 half is 14. Oh, he would just be alive.
Yeah, but not anymore. He's dead.
Now he's very much dead. Yeah, so you guys sort of watch sort of Gylndan and Oramis have this brief conversation. Everyone's sort of trying to be sneaky, staying in the shadows. The sort of light of that fire gleaming off some of the surfaces around, and then suddenly Gylndan gets up, points his staff in the direction, says the words, and from his end of his staff, a bright flash of light, a ball of fire hurls towards the orc, hitting him square in the back. The explosion erupts over pretty much the entire docks. It's safe to say that everyone else is pretty alert. I
disagree with that statement completely.
I think you should roll to see who's alert and who's not.
Do they know where it came from? Do they know where we are?
Well, that's a very good point, Maddie.
Nah.
Do any of them know where it came from? Because I'm pretty sure if you were firing a fireball from there and it hit him square in the back, they probably wouldn't know where it came from.
No, they just think,
someone's there.
What's the ale called again, Ben, that they drink?
Irag.
Yeah, they've just poured a bit too much Irag on the fire and it's gone up. Accidents happen, man.
I mean, very, very possibly. We'll see on their turn what they do. Is that all on your turn, Gylndan?
I think I've
I
done
really
it.
hope the tower hasn't seen it.
I think he's done enough.
No, I
all
am,
right.
actually, I'm going to just retreat back around this corner and say, is that not what you meant, Oramis?
Can I just reply, don't ever talk to me about the library again?
That's fair. No, we're even. I mean, this isn't necessarily a failure yet.
I can just tell you've been waiting to use that spell for such a long time
Honestly,
so many times.
Gylndan couldn't
so
resist
excited. Whenever there's any sort of grouping, you just got to go for it.
Mazzy, your turn. You've seen a fireball detonate and implode everywhere.
Right, well, I did have a plan, but that's going to change. How big is this box? I've moved back to where I was. How big is this box? Can I fire over the top of it? Can I see this guy?
No, you can't fire over the top of that box. It is
Oh.
about 5 foot tall, so it's a bit too big.
That kind of sucks because I can't actually get past that with 30 feet of movement. Can't get that guy on my go. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and shoot at this guy.
All right.
Does stealth still count, or do I have to roll
I would.
attack?
No, right now a fireball's gone off. He's alert.
He's alert.
You got to roll damage.
Right. Well, we're
You boys
whipping
are
out the
roll, you boys
hunter's
are rolling
mark.
damage.
Hunter's mark is out, and the
Hunter's
longbow.
mark is out.
The longbow with double arrows has been equipped.
Oh dear, Matt.
Your arrow flies just over the shoulder of this hobgoblin. Actually, not just over the shoulder, quite badly over the shoulder of this hobgoblin. That suddenly just went, what? And he prepares to turn around, hand now on his sword.
I just wanted him to face the next arrow.
You wanted him to face the next arrow, and he does as he turns around, sword now fully drawn, and the arrow just past his face.
Are you serious? Oh,
I'm serious.
that sucks. That was really good time spent. I'm going to go and hide.
You got
I can
any
only
more
get
of
back
them
here.
fireballs?
Of course.
Anything else on your turn, Mazzy?
I've hidden.
Fair enough. We have Oramis.
No point because there's no stealth in them.
Just gonna say to Gylndan again, what the fuck?
Look, let's chat. More twat.
Well, as it's pretty much game on, I'm gonna try a hand crossbow shot for the same guy that Mazzy missed.
All right, rolled hit. Definitely hits. Roll the damage. 8. Your You swing out of the cover, pull your hand crossbow. It hits him probably like just on the hip. He grunts a little bit, still holding his sword in one hand, and just snaps the crossbow bolt in half with his hand. Like, what the hell was that? Oh. Hello there. Hello there.
Hello there.
Kenobi.
He's not dead. He's
Can
still upstanding.
Can I take the bonus action to hide?
If
Or
you
Just where I am now, yeah. Just right here.
No. I mean, you can certainly try, but it will fail. I guarantee you.
Now, I will dash 15, just up to here.
Just up to there. All right.
Yeah.
That was probably that. From the other side of that, it counts as half cover, as this big sort of pile of rubble. Mittens.
Okay, I am going to dismiss the small dancing light at the top.
Yes.
And I'm going to cast dancing lights again. This time I'm going to use all 4 of them to form the shape of a humanoid. Which is apparently a thing dancing lights can do. And I'm going to place
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it says you can also combine the 4 lights into one glowing vaguely humanoid form of medium size.
Oh, all right.
And
you're going to place it just over there.
Up here, yeah. And I'm then going to make it...
Do you have to be able to see the area?
It doesn't say. It says you create up to 4 torch-sized lights within range. It doesn't
And the
say anything
range
about being
is
able to
that
see.
you would have seen it on your way in. Through a technicality, I'll allow it.
So I'm going to create up here. I'm then going to make the vaguely humanoid figure run 60 feet over in this direction. Because as a bonus action, I can move it up to 60 feet.
Over in which direction, sorry?
So,
the
5, 10,
sort of...
20, 25, 30, 40, 50,
I need to stop being so zoomed in.
60, so like up towards the cliff up here.
Oh, okay, so up towards the
So
other leg.
basically
Right.
this human made of light appears near the fire and sprints away from us.
Okay. Alright. Is that everything on your turn?
Yes, that's my action and bonus action. And I'm going to stay hidden behind this box.
Cool. You'll have to bear with me, as I have a lot of movement to do.
Yes.
So this orc here will have seen
Why?
the dancing lights human. The explosion behind him and the dancing lights human, so he's probably going to go follow that. So he's going to dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, he's going to get to there, and as bonus action he's going to make a check. During all this, it would still be dashing and going, so I think he's probably just going to go for it. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. These guys, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10. Ah, no, I didn't mean to double click. 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And that's actually everyone who's alive, except for this guy, who has now seen Oramis. So he's probably going to shout something along the lines of, "Over here, boys!" But then the other orc's going to counteract, I saw a shiny thing over here.
Shiny.
Screw it, gun them both. And this guy's going to have a shot at Oramis, I think. No, you know what? It's a soul combatant, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Soul combatant, he can move up to him. He's not going to take the risk with the... the risk with the cover, and he's just going to go for it. That's a 14. Does it hit Oramis?
Yes. Well, my AC's 14.
Yeah, so it's that's 5 plus 2. You take 7 slashing damage as this hobgoblin really, really quickly comes up, trying to take care of the issue at hand. Probably just trying to get the winning kill on you. In the terms of, he kills the guy who threw a fireball at the docks. Probably something in for him. As the guy who saw Gylndan shoot the fireball is dead, so that's great. I don't think there's anything else any of them can do. They all use their action to dash, so we're going to go back up the ladder to Gylndan. You, as far as you're aware, haven't been spotted. It's only Oramis.
Okay.
However, there are
I'm 100%
eyes
going to be
all the way over
spotted
here.
after this
Moving
action.
Oh lord.
Fair enough.
No, I'm just going to come and help my boy Oramis out because 5, 10, 25. I even get there. Hang on. 5, 10, 25. I can get there. If you allow me to move diagonally through that, where I am now, but if you don't, that's fair.
I think in the past I've allowed it.
Okay.
So I will allow it. It's technically moving a space on the board, so.
I'm going to give this guy a good old staff hit.
Alright. Roll to hit with advantage, because it is flanking.
Oh, that doesn't hit, is it?
Doesn't hit, I'm afraid. You run up behind, but this hobgoblin, now very, very alert, manages to block your quite wild swing overhead, trying to flank him. Now kind of scared, though, because you look like much more of a wizard than Oramis does. With Oramis, he might have thought he had some kind of random machine or wand or something like that, but you look like you could probably do that again. Or at least
Probably should have.
you could probably do that again.
Probably should have.
Anything else on your turn, Gylndan?
No, that'll do me. Yeah.
Cool. Mazzy.
Not much else I can do other than come join the fight.
Alrighty.
Good hide.
It's boring though, isn't it?
That's Luke's main course of action.
You won't get any flanking, but you can roll to hit.
Yeah, I understand that. Dual sword is out with Hunter's Mark.
Dual sword is out. Hunter's Mark. Roll the damage. 16 just hits this hobgoblin. He's quite a skilled swordsman, but clearly not enough when Mazzy joins the fight. 14 points of damage. You bring quite a devastating, quite devastating swipe over this guy's gut, and he very, very quickly falls back into the pile of rubble that he was making earlier on. He did.
All right.
All these
killed
other
him
ones,
and ruined his hard work.
all these other
As I'm finishing the job, I thought I'd just come home and help.
definitely seen Mazzy. Maybe from the angle they're at, they probably would have seen Gylndan coming around the edge, but not quite Oramis yet. I think if you drew a line sort of from there to there, they might. I mean, they probably will on their turn. They're fucking dashing again, but that's by the by. Oramis, your turn.
Okay. On to Benny. Right. Can I squeeze through this gap here, Ben?
Yeah. That's just sort of like a pile of rubble on the side. I won't make you. You're not moving over the rubble, so I won't make you roll any sort of checks or anything for it.
With dash, I'm gonna get to here,
Alrighty.
and that is everything.
Cool. Mittens.
Vault this box here, so it's 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm just going to tuck into this one here, and I'm going to hold my action to throw a javelin at the first enemy that comes within range.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeet.
Yeetus that fetus.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
well.
Anyway.
Is that what we saw at the docks the other day?
moving very swiftly. The bad guys' turns. So I think by now these guys would have warned everyone else of the impending danger. This orc over here, he's got a -2 intelligence. I'm still making him roll because he thinks there's a fucking guy there. He rolled a natural 2, -2. That's 0. He is convinced this bright man is still over here somewhere.
Oh no, it's still standing there because I haven't moved it.
Oh, what thing is it standing in? What square is it
I
standing
think it's literally in that square there. So I think he's literally.
You're trying to have a conversation with him.
He is attacking the bright man. He is pulling out his battle axe and so attacking the bright man.
Big war thing.
Natural 1.
He's had a good.
It is so blinding. He tries to pull
Can he
out.
accidentally kill him?
He's sort of waving his axe around. Like,
No.
It doesn't even matter. It's dancing lights. No matter what he does, he's not going to kill anything. He's just randomly waving it around, hands over his eyes, trying not to be absolutely blinded. The rest of these guys are going to come up here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I think from here, this guy's going to get a shot off at Oramis just because he can. This guy...
Oramis?
No, Mazzy.
Oh, is he getting over the building?
5, 15, 20, 25. I'll put this guy in this orc space. I'll delete him off the map. 30, and I think this guy's probably going to charge up a little bit more. Uses his action to dash under the covering fire of his friend. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But I'm pulling back there because your action goes off. Mittens. And finds its way and finds its way deep into the woodwork of the building back here.
That is not the glorious entrance to the combat that I was hoping for.
He is he's not amused. He now sees you and thinks, "Oh, big bunch of dudes over there. One creepy cat man over here. I'm gonna go for the lion man." So that was 5, 10, 15 feet of his movement.
That was a great plan.
20, 25.
The natural one.
It was a good plan. Until now.
20, 25, 30. This guy will make a roll against Mazzy. That is a natural 17 plus 2 is 19. That hits. That's a D8. That's 7 plus 2. Could you take 9 damage for me, please, Mazzy? As an arrow flies way back, piercing through a little bit of your sort of shoulder pad, striking into your shoulder. This guy over here will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dash 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's over there. These are the last 2 guys, except for the orc that's all the way up there. I mean, would they even notice he's there? I mean, they sort of went that way and he went that way, so they're not going to care regardless. They found the intruders. Go back to Gylndan. Your turn.
It's tempting. It's really tempting. But I don't know what we're going to come up against later. And they are just hobgoblins at the end of the day. Ooh!
Do the smart thing.
Well, of course, the smart thing is the fireball, Luke, and you have to agree with that statement. And
Absolutely do not.
I'm gonna level 2 magic missile this bloke in front of me.
Level 2 magic missile. The guy is it the guy with the yellow spot on him still?
Yeah, the one who JJ
flopped
a javelin at.
Hard to think of that as instead of like
2,
throwing it, he more like flung it like he'd welly a boot, so it just span in the air.
15?
Alright, so that's 15.
Hey,
Yeah, your magic missiles.
Say that a javelin was windmilling towards you in the air. That would not be terrifying.
Oh no, yeah, that would be absolutely petrifying. Yeah, your magic missiles sort of coalesce in the dim light of the sort of alley, plunging deep into this guy's stomach. Smash, bang, bang. He goes down quite hard to the ground, the arcane resonance sort of smoking off his stomach from where they hit. This guy is kind of creeped out by that. Probably so is the other one as well. Big fireball goes off, and one of his friends goes off in one. That's probably got to be kind of terrifying, but they're hobgoblins at the end of the day. Mazzy.
They are indeed. I've moved, Ben.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he hasn't moved.
No,
Where's he moving?
I'm gonna move here. You make
Oh,
it
snap.
I feel like I need to
alright.
move out the way of something.
Mazzy.
Yeah, I moved behind you, Mazzy, because you're a good target.
I mean, maybe you could move the other way.
You might just do cover.
Mazzy is my cover.
He actually does count as half cover in this situation, so no, quarter cover even. That's a good job.
I know he technically does, but Mazzy can also move.
Mazzy, your turn.
Right, well, I'm longbowing the guy right in front of me.
bread. Longbow the guy right in front of you. It's
Ben, did you
gone
say let's get
well
this
so
bread?
far. I did.
Hunter's
The
mark
irony.
as standard.
Hunter's mark, yeah, you can pass the guy onto him.
Oh, what
Fails your
useless.
arrow.
So
Your
I
shit.
Your
can
arrow
fire the next one straight away.
bypasses his head, and the second one fails as well. Your two arrows, it's the sort of light of the campfire flickering. These hobgoblins being quite agile, almost soldier-like in the way they're maneuvering up. They've got their shields quite high, and your arrows sort of just splint right over the edges.
Mazzy,
I'm just going to turn around and go to Gylndan and go,
I've got
"This
2
is all
bottles
your
of
fault."
wine. I've got 2 bottles of wine if you need.
You know what? That'll probably help.
Yeah, I think it will.
Is that everything, Mazzy?
I'm just gonna just take one step to the side and go. Here you are. I haven't shown it Gylndan.
That's not fair.
Fair
There you
enough.
go. There I am.
Oramis, your turn.
Going to move to there.
Yep.
And crossbow.
Which one? The one closest or the one furthest?
The one closest.
All right, crossbow. Definitely hits. Roll the damage. 5. You maneuver out behind the cover, peering into the bright light and firing a crossbow bolt. Probably just between the sort of leather jerkin of this hobgoblin. He does take 5 damage. He doesn't go down. He sort of grunts a little bit and probably stumbles a little bit in mid-run. Anything else?
No. Don't think so.
Cool. Back to Mittens, getting these rounds out fast.
20 up to this guy. Gonna attack him. 17.
17 hits with the hand axe. 6 slashing.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh, stop.
And then I'll do an offhand attack as my bonus action.
Offhand attack as a bonus action. Cool.
Fuck. That's a
Doesn't hit, I'm afraid. Your first attack cleaves quite deep through the sort of arm. The second one, though, he managed to bring up his shield just in time to catch your second hand axe. Is that everything?
Yeah, speaking of free actions, I'm going to turn to Mazzy and be like, your brother's a better archer than you.
Oi, that hit hard.
I might call your shots this evening.
Me,
And then I'm
yeah.
just going to take a step around here, just so I'm not in anyone's line.
Step away.
Cool. I think in that case, then, the 2 hobgoblins, it being their turn, will now take advantage of the one just sort of come out. So they're going to go there and there,
Oh,
and they'll get
Ben.
flanking. So, roll to hit. That's a natural 1, but they get advantage. That's a natural 2. That's fantastic. Hobgoblin number 1 is shit. Hobgoblin number 2 gets a natural 19 plus 3. That's 21, 22. I'm assuming that hits. Because they have advantage, they get to deal a little bit more damage as well. So that's 2 plus 2 is 4. Pardon?
Did you roll seriously correct? Because you've got advantage.
Yeah. Was a 10.
Cool.
Plus 3 is 13. Whatever. So that's...
Mittens
God,
get
what was that
tag
first?
teamed.
What was that first bit of damage? I forgot. I'm going to reroll it.
4 plus 4.
Yes, that was 4, and then could you add 5 plus 7? That's 13. Could you take 17 points of damage?
5 plus 7 is 12.
Yep, and then plus 5,
6 or 5. There we go.
as they have advantage. They have martial advantage, and therefore they get to add 2d8 to their damage rolls.
Oh.
Hobgoblins are nasty if they get flanking off.
They've never been alive long enough to do that before.
They actually haven't. It's really annoying. I've had it written down on my thing, and it's the first time in 1.5 campaigns where they've actually managed to do that. Yeah, that'll be pretty much all on their turn. As they've got you somewhat surrounded. They're both feeling fairly confident they can at least take you out before they can try and get anywhere else. Back up to Gylndan.
Can I go here? Or is that space occupied by the crate?
I would probably argue that space is occupied by the crate.
Yeah,
It's sort of the
that's
situation
fair.
where it's occupied by 2 of them.
I can't get any advantage, and that's a bit irritating. Just come here and pray.
And
Help my
pray.
good buddy Mittens out with
Yep.
a nice staff hit. What's 16 needs to be, doesn't it? Probably.
Rolled hit.
That's not a 16.
That's not a 16.
Oh, dear.
You come charging up a little too overconfident, and the hobgoblin quite easily just sort of bats your shield to the side, for like upping their ego a little bit. Like, these guys are going to be easy. The wizard's out of spells. He's clearly not using any of his spells on us. This is good. All that stuff. Anything else on your turn, Gylndan?
No, that will do me.
To Mazzy.
Can I move into that square? Sorry, Ben. Or no?
Yeah. I'd say you could move into that square. Yeah.
Okay. So why couldn't have I done that before? So I can move into it but not make an attack from it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Because it's sort of like the boxes, just sort of like these are like half cover boxes, and so it's sort of half in your space, I'd say.
Okay, so I'm in there for Mittens' advantage, but not the attack. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Mazzy.
I really want to be able to move one further square, but I can only get to there with 30.
Oh, that's sad.
Which is very sad. But hey ho, let's actually try and attack. Hunter's Mark,
Hey ho,
obviously.
let's go. Just about hits. You manage to find a very, very small space between the shield and the sword, and you deliver quite a devastating final blow to the hobgoblin, killing him pretty much instantly with a hard stab to the gut.
No chill.
No chill. You can't do a second attack, because I'm guessing you used your movement to move there. You can't.
That was 30. That was.
Yeah.
I still use a second attack, but I've got the blade out, so I have to move. So no.
Yeah.
If I hadn't killed him, I could use my second attack.
What you could have done would have been stand here.
Well, I was then thinking if I didn't kill one of them, then I could. If I didn't kill anyone, I could then have been attacked by 2 people. So I didn't do that.
I don't think when they've got the flank on Doc, I don't think they're going for you.
Yeah, I mean, true, but I'm just being
Mittens,
cautious.
not Doc.
Oramis.
Well,
Your turn is nigh.
not gonna lie, Mazzy's kind of ruined my plans
Alright.
for the old sneak attack.
Still
I'm
gets
gonna
attack.
No. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. I'm going to shoot this dumb motherfucker in the back.
Yeah. Go for it. Roll to hit.
Oh.
That.
Come
Damn,
on.
how many natural ones is that today?
Too
Unfortunately,
many.
yeah, your crossbow just sort of fires off through the natural one, like through the bit of light right in front of him, just dung in the bit of wood next to him. I'll be back for you. Yeah. He
You
says
forgot the
to the light
priority.
man. Or actually, Willie. Let's see on his turn. Is that everything, Oramis?
You betcha.
Cool. Mittains.
I should have made a concentration check. Melting lights when.
Oh, yes, you probably should have. Just roll that real quick. See what we come to. Never mind.
That goblin is literally talking to a wall.
In that case, the orc sort of looks and realizes it disappears, and as it disappears in its place, comes across a vault chunk on the thing. So, what did you do with Lightman?
Killed my friend.
Just shouting at him. Mittens, what would you like to do on your turn?
Attack this guy.
Definitely hits.
Kill him.
Roll the damage.
Kill him now.
6 damage. Your hand axe cleaves deep into this guy's side. You pull at the hand axe, and he falls into the wall, slowly crumbling down onto the floor.
Excellent.
Gonzarino. The area falls. No, it doesn't fall silent. It's actually still on initiative because there's one bad guy over there. Is that everything on your turn?
I will go. Well, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet. So
Cool.
there's one over here.
Cool. All right. Baddie's turn.
Yo.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Aggressive bonus action. 5. Going to roll on Oramis. That is 18 plus 4. That's 22 to hit. I'm going to assume that hits fairly successfully. Where's my d12? There's my d12. That is 7 plus 4. There's 11 damage as this orc just comes up to you quite very, very quickly before you can pull out your shadow blade in response. Hammers this hit straight sort of into your sort of chest armor.
I think it's actually only 5 though, Ben, because uncanny dodge.
Uncanny dodge. Nicely done. I was wondering when that was making a return. Yeah, before he can sort of get there, you manage to dodge slightly out the way, so it just about just nicks you just beforehand, rather than the full blow. And that'll be all he can do. He still only thinks you're there. Like, when I kill you, I'll kill your light friend next.
Ben, I disagree with the stupid guy being Australian. Bloody light.
Is he Australian?
He's not Australian. He's just really, really nasty. I love D&D. I can put on stupid voices and no one cares. Gylndan, your turn. Let's finish this one off, or do whatever.
Do you want to just start cleaning up the mess you made, Gylndan?
What do you mean? What mess?
This whole situation.
I'm gonna go burn the boat. No, but I'm
Get
actually gonna. I can't get anywhere, so I'm just gonna come up here. That's all my movement, and that's a dash. So
Okay, cool.
stay there.
Mazzy.
As I can tell, the dock is pretty much cleared. I'm just going to put my stuff away and sort of casually start walking towards the lift. I'm going to probably get to about there because I'm walking, do about 15 paces. Get to
Are
about
you guys
there.
using the lift or are you using the stairs?
Oh, I don't know. Actually, stairs
I
required.
think we were going to use the stairs, but I also think we were going to clean up the bodies before we moved on.
Can do.
We don't have to
Tell you what, I'll start doing that.
Oh, we don't.
Start picking
Yeah,
up
we
the
do.
bodies and start taking them towards dunking them in the water.
Tie some heavy stuff so they sink.
I mean, they won't
We've got quite a lot of
harm,
rubble around here. So we just tie them to a box and chuck the box in.
Anyway, that is, we can deal with this in a minute.
Yes, you can do it. You can do
I'm off
this
dealing
in a
with it
minute.
now.
Mazzy, if that's everything on your turn, Oramis. Come on, my son.
Shunton.
Oh, that is such a
Roll.
solid.
All reliable.
hit
All
Yeah.
reliable.
12 slashing. Oh, actually, he's an orc. 12 slashing. So you sort of return, almost like parrying back his blade. That had been quite a sharp blow with the sort of spectral end of the blade just across this orc's chest. But he's still sort of standing, and he's looking at your shadow blade. And sword of the light man. Looking pretty pissy at you. Oh my word! All right.
He's not looking at the shadow blade for very long, is he?
He's not. No, he's so focused on it. He's so focused on it and watching that hand. That could have been better. But
extra dice, though.
But either way, so Gylndan, you probably see Oramis sort of stab, like slash down at the orc. The orc sort of says something, mutters something you can't quite hear, and as he's looking up towards the sort of other hand that Oramis has, Oramis quickly chink slash right across his neck, and the orc, without even realizing, left himself open and falls to the ground, dead.
All
I
right.
want to immediately walk up to Gylndan and just loom over him this sentimental line and be like, "What the bloody hell do you think you're playing at?"
Clearing the docks, man.
Clearly the worst stuff.
I had 50% of the group's approval.
50?
Yeah.
His
He's,
own-
he's counting himself in that.
I mean, doubt.
Um,
I don't think he actually had Oramis's approval. He just thought he did.
Look, I looked at him. I said, "Shall I do it?" And he went, "Yeah." Could argue perhaps something got lost in translation there, but it was a bit late at that point.
it says something along the lines of clearly wizards aren't that intelligent after all, and like stall off to like start like picking up some bodies. Also, how many
Why don't you
javelins
just-
can I hold then?
Just go throw your javelin into a wall again, mate.
Because
I think you can hold 2, but the point of javelins is you can pick them up back afterwards.
so I can only carry 2 at a time.
Yeah,
Okay.
Can I?
but you can pick up the one you
now,
just threw.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
that Mittens has walked off, can I just whisper to Glyndon, "What was up with kittens over there?"
oh. Oh.
A lot of meowing going on.
What was that?
Oh, you guys are not good at making friends.
Alright.
I'll just say to Oramis, he's part of Dabiak's unit, so he's probably really sensitive.
Oh.
Why did you make a fireball?
You were just shutting.
Alright. I'm gonna cast and kill
That's-
myself.
Let's get
Let's
these
clear,
bodies.
let's clear the dock.
Yeah.
So when you were all saying earlier on, you know what stupid stuff have you all done? We finally found Sam's.
I felt like it was time to do something.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well dealt with though.
Why are you rolling a perception check, Mittens?
I was rolling a perception check to see if I could hear Oramis calling the kittens.
Oh right, yeah, you would most definitely
So,
hear
yeah,
that.
with the 21, I was like, "Oh, what the fuck was that?" Yeah, and then I
It was on. I whispered.
Cool. So
Cannons, man.
you guys are gonna clear up the bodies. Could you make me just an athletics check, each of you, just to see on average how quickly you manage to clear up a lot of these bodies?
Not very.
18.
Whoa!
Let's go.
Whoa! That's not the thing you
Super
want.
quick.
That's not the thing you want double crits on. But I'll take it. Oramis is particularly good at hiding dead bodies, apparently.
Well, he is a smuggler,
Suspiciously
so
good at hiding dead bodies.
Yeah. So I guess with
there's a string of missing custom officers all around the country.
So Mitten's 18 and Oramis coming in with the double crits. I'd say you can get rid of them pretty quick. So I'll just take them sort of off the map. You manage to get rid of these. Gylndan, you're struggling. Maybe the weight of sort of ruining
expectation
that everyone was.
I just want to walk past with like one over my shoulder and like one under my arm as Gylndan's like trying to drag this I'm guessing it's the tiny goblin body away. And just like laugh under my breath at him.
Yeah. So you guys are.
He's like, I'm doing it under my breath, but I'm also doing it in such a way that he knows I'm doing it under my breath at him. One of those.
As Mittens walks past, can I just inspect this goblin for any, successful javelin throws? Don't seem to be any.
You're a bold one talking to the only person with healing spells in the party, Mr. Wizard.
I know.
I mean,
Mazzy's good.
Oh yeah, Mazzy looked after you.
So place yourself on the map where you guys think you'd be right about now after clearing up a bunch of these. After clearing up a bunch of the sort of bodies, what would you be
pushing them in?
Right down here.
Yeah, we'll be dumping them in the
like.
Okay.
Mazzy's teetering on the edge.
Given you're that far away, everyone make me a perception check.
Oh.
I'll take you.
God damn it. Perception. 4, fuck. I'm focusing on trying to drop this body really quietly in the water.
Can I just roll over my? Can I roll over my double crit?
Unfortunately not.
I mean, you always get another one.
I don't need it.
Just give me 1 second just to sort a couple of
1 second to just bring in a little more enemies.
I suppose more fireballs.
That's always an option.
Actually, the idea that the stealth crew do more fighting than the explosion.
So yeah, I think that I'll probably leave it at that. So, what's your perception checks? I haven't actually had a look at them. So,
Poor.
4, not great. 8, not great. 10, not great. 18, pretty good. You're all clearing away the bodies. Oramis, you haven't moved yourself. If you wanted to, I will.
That's because I did it. I did it ages ago. I cleared all the bodies away, so far ahead of everyone else.
Oh, okay. So you're
doing that one, dude.
No.
Actually, okay.
I'm sorry.
I'll stay there.
Okay, because that actually kind of makes sense that you got the 18. Because as you're sort of standing by the stairs, everyone else is too busy, way far off. They're not really paying attention. But you can hear something from the stairs. You look up these stairs, and the stairs sort of, if you imagine, they sort of go up and then they split off left and then come back right and split off left and come back right up this thing to make quite an impressive looking grand stairway up the cliffside. And you can see this small group with a couple of lit torches walking down to the thing. You might overhear a conversation like, I could have sworn I heard something. There was bloody something down here.
Oh fuck.
So, with your 18, I'll give you a chance to essentially take a turn in combat and move where you would like. They haven't quite yet reached the bit of the stairs you're on now. If you sort of imagine they are just a little bit above. And given you're there, I'm going to make a quick perception check for the group of them. They don't notice you as yet.
I'm guessing if I was sort of here, Ben.
Yeah.
I'd be like tucked right up against the cliff, and they wouldn't be able to see me as they come down.
I mean, you could sort of imagine you could sort of duck. It's obviously stairs. You could try and sort of duck under there. You could give me obviously. Do you take the hide action? Make a stealth check.
I will do this.
Obviously, if you wanted to. Otherwise, you could just go all guns blazing. All right, I'll give you a slight benefit of half cover for it because you are right up against some stairs, tucked up. So that would probably end up being a 15 which against the guys that are walking down the stairs does actually beat their passive perception, so they don't see you as of yet. And walking down the stairs, the rest of you might notice. Actually, no, none of you noticed. You're all over here. Only Oramis notices this group here, walking down, led by a much larger orc. You guys actually wouldn't have seen these blades of Gruumsh yet. You can see these two average-looking hobgoblins, bows out. You can see an orc sort of stood behind him, and then you can see this much larger, beefier orc. This one huge pauldron on his arms. You can see his veins like popping all over his thing. Like orcs are pretty buff anyway, but this guy is like, going on like 8 foot tall, big. And they're stepping those stairs, and they'd probably get to about here on their turn. And if everyone could roll me up a quick initiative order, just to... Mazzy, Oramis going pretty quick. So...
For me on the edge of the dock, I'm going to be able to get an attack in before Oramis, who's just behind them.
I mean, thinking about it, you haven't seen these. You haven't necessarily seen these guys yet.
Yeah.
All right, so Mazzy, your turn. You haven't actually seen them yet. You'd be still.
Should we just assume I didn't see them, so we skip my go?
Yeah. Oramis.
I feel like you'd move. Surely you'd.
Have I heard them?
Oh yeah, you'd probably.
No, but you'd be
Yeah,
moving towards the stairs, wouldn't you?
Okay, we've done, so I'm
finished up.
moving up. What is 10? Up 10. Moving up to walk through the centre because I don't feel any need to hide.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Makes sense. You don't have dark vision. Walking through the light seems fair enough. Oramis, your turn.
I do not, or do I?
Thunderwave, absolutely. No, don't do Thunderwave. That's very loud.
Yeah, I was. That's a good point.
Is it louder than a fireball?
Yeah,
Yes.
genuinely. A lot louder.
Yeah,
Thunder damage is literally loud damage.
300 feet away.
Can I first of all use my bonus action to place a Hexblade's Curse on the leader?
Yep, Hexblade's Curse on the leader. I'll find a suitable. That seems like a good curse symbol.
And
bonus their damage rolls 19, 20 crit. Yeah.
Staying hidden, can I use the cantrip True Strike, which concentration up for 1 round, extend your hand and point a finger at the target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight to target's defenses.
Advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that this spell hasn't ended. Which one are you doing that for?
Also on the leader. That may be
Also
done.
on the leader?
I probably won't get a chance to attack him, but I'll do it on that anyway.
All right. Mittens, you're up.
I reckon I'd probably just walk I just walk up the middle here until I see something.
Yeah. From there, you're still technically behind the full cover of this large sort of orc-made barricade.
Together, as because we like.
I'm imagining we've all finished like dumping our bodies.
Yeah. As we're sort of at a party, we just walk up and then.
I'm still a little bit pissed off with Gylndan, so.
Fair enough.
Probably just finish dumping my last one and turn to walk back.
Okay. Orcs' turns. And they're going to move their sort of some of their speed, I think. So they're probably going to move as a unit up to about, so just down the stairs here. And then you can see the leader, you can see the light. I smell smoke. There's a fire over there, boss. Yeah, I know there's a bloody fire. I smell I definitely heard something around here. You two, take the sides. We'll have a check in the buildings. And these guys are going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that's pretty much all they can do. 5, 10, 15, 20. Not going to dash because they're worried that they might have to use their action for a thing. And 5, 10, 15, 20. I think these guys are going to move up here. They still haven't seen anyone as of yet. I think I'll make a perception check on this guy, so whether he would see Oramis, sort of looking past him. That's a 6. He hasn't yet seen Oramis. Sort of walking past, obviously, maybe in his peripheral vision, but you know, that sort of thing where, you know, you're walking past. Oramis did take the hide action, rolled half decently well, so. Now we'll go with Gylndan.
Yeah, follow suit with these guys. Just walk back 5, 10, 15, 20. And as I get next to Mittens, I'm guessing I see these guys.
Yes, you would see those guys over there in the dim light. And you probably meet eyes with the big one.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Back to Mazzy. Oh, unless you want to do anything on your turn. Yeah, you've seen them, so you can do whatever.
Does a man learn from his mistakes?
Probably not.
Right. Is it quite obvious to me, Ben, that he's like he is a captain, like he's a formidable warrior kind of thing?
You could probably be able to see you've just faced a couple of orcs. You've seen like the average orc. This is not the average orc. He is bigger. These are the blades of Gruumsh, the guys that can frenzy. And you obviously don't know that, but just giving you a reference to what the enemy type is. These are much sort of bigger, beefier dudes. The orc behind him, orcs seem pretty big themselves, but he almost looks like a lackey compared to this guy.
Yeah. Okay. As it's the more subtle of my 2 level 4 spell slots, I'm going to cast Phantasmal Killer as I lock eyes with this guy.
Oh, and you've got
All
Phantasmal Killer as well.
Yeah.
Aww.
Bombasta.
What is...
It's a wisdom save, but let me just check something before you roll it.
What is the wisdom of these big dudes?
I'm hoping it's low.
Hopefully lots and lots of minus numbers.
I mean, he is at the heart of things an orc, but he's beefy. Oh, I was wrong. He's a
Right.
+1.
Well, he's going to fail.
He's going to fail.
He's going to roll a 2. So
he's
he's
gonna roll
now
a 2.
frightened.
Fantastic.
There's someone else as well. He's on a first at the top, frightened of the duration, and then on the end of his turn, before the spell ends, he's got to make a wisdom saving throw, and if he passes, it ends. But if it doesn't pass, he takes 4d10 psychic damage.
4d10 psychic damage on the end of his turn. Let me just look up the frightened condition. So D&D.
He can't come towards me.
Yeah, he can't.
And I think he's got
He can't willingly go towards you. Disadvantage. Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. Creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So, what is Phantasmal Killer to you when you cast it? I've never seen you cast a spell before.
Well, it's something anyone else can see. It's literally just in his mind.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. So yeah, you.
And I don't know what a really buff awkward fear.
Tap into the nightmares of a creature you can see within range and
Mathematics.
an illusion.
Mathematics, yeah.
You guys.
He just sees a bunch of
There
numbers.
There is a thing orcs fear above everything else. You
Gruumsh.
guys don't exactly know what that is right now.
Running out of Iraq.
Might find out soon. Actually, the favored enemy of Mazzy, he can probably make an intelligence check on his turn, just with advantage to see if he to see. That'd be a bonus action, so I don't know if you want to use a bonus action to see something like that. But up to Mazzy.
I don't know what he's thing is. So I'm just going to project into his mind what a lot of people fear, and that's him failing and dying. I'm just going to project that into his mind.
you get to choose what's projected into his mind.
Well,
I
I
guess.
think
You
I
can
don't
get
think
nightmares of a
I
creature
get-
you can see, so I think it's open to
Oh, okay.
interpretation.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Either way,
For
he's
flavour,
likely to-
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's fair. Everything, when it comes down to it, is afraid of dying. Obviously, orcs aren't necessarily afraid of what happens after dying, but the pain and everything that comes with it of death. Is
And the
probably
failure,
kind of-
that's what.
And the
failure
failure.
of
That's
his
actually
task.
a very, very good point. That is actually a really, really good point.
And then, Ben, can I move to the right and still see him but get cover? Yeah.
Yes. No, you wouldn't be able to. Moving to the right would be like you dipping into cover. So to see him again, he can't see you right now, and to see him again, you would have to dip out of your cover.
Okay.
Do whatever you
I'll
want to
go
do.
up to. I'm going to go up
Yeah,
to here then.
that'd be half cover.
Right.
So
Half cover. Okay, cool.
awesome. Yes, you've cast this phantasmal killer. You can now see this orc just suddenly he blinks for a minute, he racks his mind, screaming, crying. Almost you didn't know orcs could cry, but apparently now they can because I've said it. And I guess on his turn he'll have to move away. We go with
Do you want to
Mazzy.
take a quick break at the top of the round?
Oh yes, it is the top of the round. We can take a real quick break if everyone wants to. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
If we're going to put
Sounds
a break in, then
Yeah. You're right. It's better to at the top of the round, so we'll call
Destroyed it. Oh, this is
Let's
a
go.
go.
All right, so let's go. So we are back to the top of the round with Mazzy. You have probably seen Gylndan casting some sort of spell.
I am
on
aware.
someone. You're now probably aware there's people in that direction.
I am aware that fuckery is afoot,
Indeed, fuckery has become afoot.
and
I
I'm
like
going to get. Don't want to be behind Glyndon, so I'll step here. Can I fire over this cauldron in the middle?
Yeah. You can. You can fire over the
All right.
cauldron. It's only the flames.
Because my arrows have been so effective today, I've got to continue using them.
Yay!
Lack of a better long-range weapon. Hunter's Mark, because we'll get to
Hunter's
that
Mark.
stage.
Knock off another spell slot for Hunter's
How
Mark.
many spell
and
slots do you have, Matt?
I haven't checked that. I forgot I have to.
You are knocking.
I have
spell
4,
slots
and I've
off.
only used. That would have been the 3rd, so I've got 1
Oh,
left.
that's
after
fair
that.
enough.
Oh, okay.
I thought
Okay.
you were flicking out. I can't remember what it's called.
Well,
Hunter's
I just
Mark.
say it at
No
the
one's
start of every
listening,
attack,
right.
and if it's on still on the same
Hunter's
person, then
Hunter's
I don't
Mark.
really have to
Yeah.
do it again.
Anyway, roll to hit, good sir. Are you hitting the big guy?
I meant the big guy.
All right.
Technically, if I'm aiming at him, because the other guy's right behind,
Nope.
if I miss
No.
him, no.
No. Because first of all, if
But-
you miss him, it's most likely you're going to
You
miss
can,
the
like,
guy
dodge. No, yeah, that's fine.
behind.
Collateral, yeah.
Exactly. If I fire hard enough, if I pull the string back far enough, it's going to fire straight through him into the other one. Right.
It's
Okay.
quad.
Let's get to it.
Just hit him first, Matt. I think. Oh, okay, that's cool.
That's a bit. That is a bit
Back
better.
In the game.
That is a little bit better.
That's a bit poor.
That's awful.
That's not been great. That's
That's
7
good. I'm smart there.
plus 5. Yeah, good Hunter's Mark. That's 13 damage overall. You're
Well, I guarantee that
Quite.
won't be enough.
Is it
quite
12? 12 damage.
no, this is a much bigger, much beefier orc. He takes the damage sort of into the chest a little bit and merely stumbles back. Not quite. Clearly not
Well-
enough to kill him.
He ain't dead.
Not
So he
giving
gets
much
shot again.
away.
Hits. Yeah, hits. Roll damage.
Do
11.
better.
That is
That's better.
much better.
That's not.
And 2. That's not better. You got. That's kind of funny. You got good on.
evens out, doesn't it?
Yeah, evens out. So yeah, you've
He's
sort of
back.
moved to the side of Gylndan, quite frustrated at yourself that your archery skills weren't
Daviac standards.
quite up to par. Yeah, maybe it was Mittens. Mittens' cutting words saying the Daviac was better, sort of spurred you on. You fired 2 quite hefty shots through the flames. The arrows sort of piercing through these dancing.
They go through the flames and they
flames
catch
into
fire
the
on the route.
Yeah, the flashing burns off and misses the target.
piercing into the large orcs, sort of one maybe in the shoulder, one in the chest. Anything else, Mazzy?
Nah, it's all good. Oh, bonus action to find out more about them. weakness.
Was your bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark? So
Oh
No.
shit, yeah, forgot about that. Okay.
never mind. Oramis, your turn. You are actually still hidden, like the others, and you've probably now sort of seen the grunts of arrows hitting this guy. You can see the long shadows being cast. These 2 orcs, like the one in front, jolting back and sort of having his mind racked by this nightmarish view potentially. What do you want to do?
Well, can I sneak up to this boy here
Yeah.
and concealed blade him in the back?
Sneak up to that boy there. Concealed blade him in the back. I'll say, ooh, would he? That would be technically a surprise because it's thing. Yeah, just roll to hit. Yeah, hits.
Nice.
Seeing as this guy isn't necessarily aware as of yet, because nothing particularly loud has actually gone off. Actually, I'm gonna make a You'd get sneak
You say
attack either way,
he's
'cause he hasn't
he's
seen you.
actively looking for someone though, whereas the guys on the dock before weren't aware of our existence.
Yeah, no, that is true. I guess he would be alert either way. So yeah, roll sneak attack with concealed blade. It's max damage anyway, but you rolled max damage either way, so that's cool. Sneak attack, roll it. 10. Funnily enough, that is easily enough to kill him. You very, very quickly run up and quite stealthily take down this alerted hobgoblin. He probably maybe sort of just sort of sees a glimpse of you, but before he can even react, your hand's over his mouth, hidden blade up through the rib cage. He's sort of jostles around a moment, but quickly taken down in a very, very Assassin's Creed-esque form. Anything else?
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to go to here, and can I... I take this guy out with the hand crossbow, or I will shoot at him, because I probably won't take him out.
Yeah, roll hits, roll damage. 6. You
Guessing he's got more than 6 HP.
He does have more than 6 HP. You quickly go from taking this guy out quite stealthily, flicking around, pulling out the hand crossbow, shot right into this guy's sort of like lower back. He's still standing, and he probably at this point, yeah, obviously knows you're there, but does seem pretty badly hurt, pretty painful, racked with pain, whatever.
Pain.
Mittens.
Not a lot I can really do. Can I move through allies?
If they're willing.
20, 25. 30. Okay, so from here,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to cast nothing. I'm gonna wait for a sec. I'm gonna just duck inside here for like a little bit of cover, and again ready my actions when somebody comes in range. I'm gonna throw a javelin at it.
Yeah, so you quickly
yeah,
maneuver
pretty
past
good
your friends, but and like burst through this set of quite thin double doors into what was once probably a sort of general supplies store for the fishermen and merchants around here. You can see a bunch of really, really old, pretty much destroyed like fishing nets and fishing rods, extra and spare hooks, bait that's clearly way past its due date, and all sorts of random stuff like that, as well as all the rubble, the stone and tiles of the roof sort of coming down. This building looks like it's very much on its last legs, with the sort of 2 of its walls caved in, pretty much. But you will have cover from there, of course. The orcs. So this guy needs to make a, what was it, wisdom saving throw?
I think it's at the end of his turn.
End of his turn, right, okay. He's frightened. So he's frightened. The creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, with the source of its fear is within sight.
And he can't walk forwards because Gylndan's in there.
Yeah, and he can't walk forwards. So I think he's just going to back off, and he's going to try and put on this sort of sense of macho, like, oh, you take him this side, I'll go the other way. Trying to sort of run around the edge. So that's been 5, 10, 15,
Pussy.
20, 25, 30, dash, 5. No. Because he's turned around, he's probably now seen Oramis.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he's going to throw a couple of javelins of his own at Sir Oramis over there.
Pray for
Oramis. Not wanting to get in the way of...
I don't think you're going to take loads of damage from a javelin.
That's 12 plus 5. That's 17 to hit. Assuming that hits.
Yeah.
Which is, that's a D. That's 3 plus 3, that's 6 damage. And would he rage? I think he'll rage. Not rage, frenzy. You get what I mean. I think he'll frenzy and go for another
Ben,
one.
did you roll that attack roll with disadvantage?
I didn't, because you're not within line of sight.
Oh, he's just gone around the corner, little bitch. Okay.
Can I just check real quick, Ben?
Yeah.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge. Do I have to say uncanny? Like, can I wait for him to make his second attack and then just decide which one I take uncanny dodge with?
No, you have to say after the attack.
Okay, I'll take it.
Which one?
I'll take it on this last one.
Okay. That's probably good, because he misses this one with a 2. No, he gets advantage because he's frenzied. 18 hits. 4 plus 3, that's 7 damage. So the first javelin just about cuts you as you sort of uncanny dodge, but the second one definitely sort of hits his mark somewhat. Now he makes the wisdom save. What's the DC? 14.
Yeah.
Oh, 7. He fails. Roll me 4d10.
Alright, this could be quite good, or it could be not as good.
Those
Go
are
on,
the two
baby.
options, generally.
Or the middle ground. Right. Oh, my mouse has been a bit funny. Oh, that's
Ooh,
not fantastic, but 16 will do.
not fantastic, but it's enough. The Oramis,
Okay.
you probably see. Oramis, you probably see suddenly this guy just looks up and thinks there's something. Thinks there's something above him. He's like, blood, get up, blood. Suddenly, just crouches down, screaming, and you can all probably hear this quite violent scream. This guy racking his brain, almost like his long sort of claws on his hands. He drops his axe, long claws on his hands, digging into his sort of scalp, and he drops dead on the floor. His mind too racked with pain.
Correct, sucker.
Yes, get wrecked, sucker.
I killed him, but I think a lot of the credit should go to Mazzy for dishing 20 odd damage out to him beforehand.
Yeah, agreed. Rest of the orcs turns. This guy turns around.
What did you call him, Ben? A sword of Gruumsh?
Blade of Gruumsh.
Blade, that was it, Blade.
This guy's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, try and square you up with a bit of sword-on-sword action. Fails miserably with 12.
Nice.
Doesn't manage to hit you. This guy over here, 5, 10, 15. Tries to go 20, 25, 30. Bonus action aggressive, so half his movements. That's 5, 10, 15. Just about here is going to attack. Mr. Mazzarious with 19. Oh yes, you do get the. You should get your attack off. Roll the damage.
Oh lordy!
Once again, you're this guy a little bit too quick. Whether it's him sort of moving through the around the flames of the fire, whether it's you sort of still quite annoyed at your comrades. Whatever it is, your javelin goes extremely wide once again. He takes a brief look at you, forehand, whatever. Goes for Mazzy. That is a 10 plus. What did I say? 10 plus. 5, 15.
No.
15 doesn't hit, does it? Nope.
16.
15 misses. That's pretty much all there is to it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Gylndan, your turn. You can hear the wails and screams of the guy you killed. You can feel in your mind that the spell has taken its full effect.
Nice. I want to help my good friend Mazzy out, I think.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's okay. Don't mention it. Right. No one's done any damage to this guy over there.
No,
No.
not as yet.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll go there. Go for. I mean, I'm not sure. Apart from in stealth, I'm not sure I've made a single stealth hit this evening. So why give up now?
Yeah,
Huh?
you did roll a crit on stealth last time, so who knows? Yeah, roll the hit. You have advantage because of flanking.
Oh, thank the Lord for advantage.
Yes, you definitely hit all the damage.
Two-handed hit. It always does less damage. It's just sod's law, isn't it?
Absolutely. 8 damage. You sort of run up behind this guy, bonk him pretty hard on the back, leaving quite a visible sort of mark where your dragon head staff is just sort of glinting in the firelight behind. Hitting straight in the back.
Can I use my push?
Are you going to push him into me?
Yeah, just stick your sword out, please.
I'll just lie down because I've got my big sword on my back, just sticking out.
Yes, you can use your push. Mazzy, make me a dexterity saving throw. You're fine. You're fine. You move out the way quick enough for this orc to
Am I quick enough to get my sword out?
What is it? 10, 15 feet past you?
Oh, I can never remember.
15, I think.
Yeah.
Am I quick enough to get my sword out?
5, 10, 15. No, I don't think it technically counts as an attack of opportunity because he's flying.
I think it does count because he's just disengaged from me.
Actually, he has technically been moved out of your space. So that is very technically an attack of opportunity.
So did I say 200 IQ plays? Was that what that mentioned?
I'll allow it this one time, but I'm going to have to look into that. But I will allow it for the shits and giggles because this combat has clearly gone to pot. Roll to hit.
I don't know what you mean, Ben.
Roll damage.
I'm not Hunter's Mark because I've only got one from saving.
Oh, so yeah, Gylndan whacks this guy on the back, shouts the command word. The orc springs forward, or springs backwards rather, and as he does, Mazzy just cleanly ducks right underneath him, pulling his blade up, catching his side. The orc spins through the air, blood now swirling everywhere, lands dead on the ground. That was kind of cool.
What a joke.
It is just the hobgoblin at the end left, and luckily it is whose turn is it? Mazzy, Oramis? Whose turn was it? It was just Gylndan's, so it's now Mazzy's. Yes, Mazzy, your turn.
Although to be honest, can't really get involved in that, and I'm not going to be wasting any more arrows. So we cleared the docks before. It looks like we're going to have to clear the docks again.
Fair enough.
Never-ending cycle.
You keep doing this until the city's empty.
Yeah. Oramis, what would you like to do? You have a hobgoblin in front of you. He just wildly missed with terrible display of swordsmanship.
Almost in reaction to his miss, I'm going to try and swing at him with the slash at him with my concealed blade.
Yeah.
And
Definitely
I'm going to absolutely smack him in the throat.
Yeah, with 4 damage. You
was a bit of a smack, isn't it?
you just about catch the side of his throat. You can see his hand move up. He's still up. He's looking absolutely petrified now, not quite realizing you didn't quite see the blade there, so he almost just thinks that you slapped him along the throat and cut him.
Can I then follow up with my Shadow Blade?
You can indeed. Roll damage. Didn't even matter what damage.
Oh,
you
these
rolled
are
on
fantastic
HP.
damage rolls.
2 ones.
Yeah, he very, very quickly and very, very easily goes down. His one hand on his neck, not quite sort of with a proper defense up, your second attack easily just slashes up this guy's throat. Gonzo.
To be fair, given you rolled 2 1s, still outputting 9 damage is not bad.
Yeah.
Fine.
Nice job, everyone. You've once again cleared the docks. This time a little bit quieter. This was clearly a group here to try and investigate the large bang that was heard earlier on. I want to say, have you learned your lesson? But I guess you have learned your lesson in that even if you do fuck shit up, who cares, right?
Again.
Although you probably realize things won't be as easy from now on. You're heading into the heart of the city. Surrounding you will be
more groups of
probably
people to fling
somewhere,
fireballs at.
Yeah, somewhere probably in the realm of maybe 1,000 or 2 orcs, goblins, hobgoblins.
How many fireballs you got?
Left.
Enough.
I don't know. No, none unless we're desperate.
Good to know.
If you're going to clean up the docks again, just roll a quick athletics just to see how quickly you could dispatch them off the docks. All pretty good rolls. Yeah, definitely get these ones off much quicker. Whether it be worried about whether it be the practice you've had, whether it be worried about a secondary attack, a tertiary attack even, you can quickly get these guys off the docks, and the docks are now completely empty. They are bare. What would you like to do?
Head up the stairs.
Personally, I think we're running out of time, so we need to get going. Otherwise, this distraction that we made earlier will not
that's fair.
much use.
Let's get through this quick.
So you head up the stairs, and it's very, very evident, like I said in one of the last sessions, that the orcs and hobgoblins and stuff, they're very, very reliant on Gruumsh to tell them problems. Going up the stairs, there are no actual guards on the stairs, and it seems like when you get to the top of them, there is a small sort of marketplace where a lot of the sort of main goods are sold from down on this dock, and this seems pretty empty too, although fairly recently emptied. Whatever was here rushed off pretty quickly. Maybe you can think, well, and also because only a small group came down to deal with the sound of the fireball. This group left earlier than them. Could have something to do with the distraction you had earlier on. Who knows? But you've managed to sort of whatever it was, it cleared out the market, and you're able to head on through a little further. You pass through a couple of streets, keeping your heads fairly low, but the actual streets themselves don't seem all too busy with orcs and stuff at the minute. Most of the action you can probably see in the distance is the city walls, which are now crowded with orcs, hobgoblins, goblins, ogres, all sorts of things, trying to figure out what the hell that massive explosion was. Gruumsh probably yelling in their ear like, "Oh my god, something's gone on in the north. Get on it, get it sorted." You'd hear sort of things being prepped in the northern gate. I think maybe there's an attack coming from the northern gate there. They're having a look there, prepping things out, and you manage to get to the sort of commercial district and the main street before the cathedral. Here we are. You guys are way down here, down the bottom right. You managed to crouch behind a couple of small boxes, and you can see what you can see. So in front of you here is what was once a siege tower, now a bit too rickety to actually be used in an effective siege. And obviously these guys aren't sieging anything in a minute. They're the ones being besieged. So it's now being used as a watchtower, and it's about 30 feet tall. There is a ladder leading up to it. Each of the buildings is about 20 feet tall, and you can see on the buildings as well is an archer here, and then there's an archer just up on this one as well. An orc looking down at the small chest, just sort of looking at what's in it, what trinkets they've managed to find in the street and things like that. Ahead, you can hear quite a large rabble talking and joking and jostling, and one eventually just sort of comes to the head of the thing. You might maybe you Probably wouldn't be able to see them, but you can at the very least hear the sort of main orc just scream, "All right, lads, this one's to the death. Here we have a meager old blacksmith compared to an ex-guard of the city. Place your bets in, boys. Winner gets our leftovers." And all the orcs begin to sort of slyly snigger to each other and grin and things like that. When suddenly you can hear another voice, a much more booming, commanding voice coming from up north at the end of the street. This orc runs into view, and he's clearly a captain. He's got a lot more sort of robing over him, a lot nicer armor, and he just shouts at the group, "Oi, what? You're meant to be guarding the cathedral." "Nothing's at the cathedral." "Well, we've just heard did you not hear that bloody explosion? Come on, we need men on the northern gate." "Fine. Everyone not placing bets, get to the northern gate, quick." And very, very quickly...
Everybody places a bet.
And very, very quickly, this guy goes, this guy goes, this guy goes, this guy goes, this guy goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This guy goes. This guy goes too. This guy and this guy. A lot of them leave. A lot of them clearly aren't. Placing
because that was intimidating for.
Yes, well, you put up an intimidating distraction. Had your distraction not been particularly good, yeah, you might have been fighting a lot of those, or you might not have gotten into the city either way. With all the sort of, you can hear the orcs and stuff scuttle off. It's like, all right, with that now settled, time to beat you off what you're worth. Fight, gentlemen, come on! And they begin to cheer and roar as you can now hear this sort of scrapes of feet of these two people clearly put to fighting in the quite destroyed and decrepit streets. This statue, by the way, is a quite big statue of a paladin, Pelor, staring up at the cathedral in almost like grace of, bless thee, Pelor, you deserve this great cathedral of yours. It is about like 15 feet tall, very, very epic, very, very large statue, and it would provide full cover from the side if you're near it. We'll re-roll initiative, but stealth initiative, as you guys haven't yet been seen. And also, with it being stealth initiative, you guys can sort of muddle around with things, choose who wants to go first. So we'll... obviously, Oramis would go first.
All of these roles.
Like we said last time, you guys can muddle around with the initiative order a little bit to change who goes where and who goes what. Whatever happens, they're going to go last. So
I feel this could be a perfect pass without trace moment.
Does that trace do again?
Gives you plus 10 stealth checks.
I'll put it in the chat so you can see.
Do we want to try and stealth take out a lot of these guys and try and free
yeah. I'd like to free the two people, but if we get involved without dealing with them too early, it's quite a big force still.
Yeah, I think it's probably easier to deal with them on the way back because there's probably going to be a bit of commotion or whatever.
These guys will absolutely...
Well, I know they are fighting to death. I don't know. But that is literally the heartbeat of this little area.
All right, let's
if we're going to save them, everybody will know.
Let's get the sentries dealt with, and then we can discuss.
Another thing to just note is that these buildings here, so on the left and right, the ones that are blacked out, the buildings closer to you look very, very much boarded up. You can't really see into them, whereas the buildings left and right clearly look like they're still being ransacked. There's still potentially stuff in there. A wagon has clearly gone through the side of this one, and there's an orc sort of checking out the back of it. And a couple of other orcs inside. And over here, I should note. So over here, you can see the inside of a building. Where there is this ramp here, and where you can see this guy over here, that's meant to signify that that's the second floor of this building. The ramp leads up to the second floor where this guy is stood. So if you imagine him here, looking out over the sort of view. Yeah, so it looks like you could potentially get into this building. Whatever's over here, you could have a look at to get in as well. I'm not sure whether I made that very clear.
I've just I've just noticed, everyone, that I think there might be a. I mean, this would be at the sacrifice of the two people fighting, but there might be a sneaky way around the right-hand side of that building.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, we are trying to get to the top. Yeah, we're trying to get up there.
Of the cathedral,
that
yeah.
that is a mistake by me and map making. I'm gonna real quick block that off. That's not meant to be there. I'm very, very sorry. That would have been otherwise quite a good idea.
That's all right. That's true.
My many apologies.
Sorry, guys. I thought I saw a path there, but it's just disappeared.
I think we might end up having to fight a lot of these guys anyway, but I'm wondering if perhaps it's better to try and get in the building and take out the guys in the building and work our way through there.
Do as much of it as we can stealthy, I think.
Yeah.
It's easier.
So I think maybe if we let Mazzy go first, so he can pass without trace, because that gives us
Pass without trace
10.
would be for everyone.
Yeah, but we would have to stay. Is it within
30
a certain? We would have to stay within 30 feet of each other.
Once cast, you have to be within 30 feet of casting. Otherwise, you can move wherever.
Well, I'm happy with that.
The range of the spell is 30 feet. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look up the spell.
It's just concentration.
So, a veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage. Now that I read it, for the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 to... It doesn't say that they have to remain within 30 feet of you. It just says each creature you choose within 30 feet.
I would have assumed it's cast it on myself, and within the 30 radius of me, everybody is that I choose is part of it. But if they move out of that 30 radius, they lose it.
Still useful.
Yeah,
still very useful.
Yeah, we can go.
Just have to watch where we move.
Yeah, we can. We can absolutely go with that.
How long does it last again? Up to an hour.
Lasts up to an hour. So.
If we're still here in an hour, we're dead.
So, who would like to go first? Obviously, you've rolled your initiative orders, but I'm happy to switch them around. It being stealth.
Are we getting the sentries first? Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, happy to just let Mazzy go first, so we can do that.
I have just indeed done that.
Alright, Mazzy's going first. He casts Pass Without Trace on you guys. You feel this sort of veil of this almost coldness as this veil of shadows sort of masks your silhouette somewhat. Obviously, it's not invisibility. If you stop in front of an enemy, they will still see you, but it will give you a quite substantial bonus to any checks that you make with stealth. So keep that in mind.
Can I just check, Ben, how tall was this
This was 30 feet, and you'll have to climb the ladder. Now, everyone's climbing speed is less than the actual speed.
Not
so take a dash.
If anybody leaves, or I move away from the 30 distance for the Pass Without Trace, when I come back, or they come back into it, does it then reactivate back on them? Or is
I
it
would
gone
assume
forever?
so. It's
like an area thing. Isn't
it? It's whatever you choose. So
if you leave
I assume so. You could
come back in. You're okay.
So I'd probably say so you could dash right now. You could dash right now and be 60 feet away from someone, as long as everyone else uses their dash to get in the same within 30 feet of you again. I'd probably say that they still get that +10 because of everything happening. Yeah, because of everything happening at the same time. It's not the case of where you move and then everyone has to sort of catch up to you, and until they catch up to you, they don't get the bonus.
Okay. Well, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to start climbing.
I would leave that to me.
Oh, have you got... Okay. I will not start climbing.
Climbing costs me no extra movement, and I can dash as a bonus action.
Okay. I don't quite have enough to get to this guy, get to that guy, so I'm...
Gonna sit on top of the box?
God. Yeah. I was using that as an example, but 5, 10, 15. Oh, I can get that. That is 30.
That is 30. All right. Roll
Right.
to hit.
I'm going to roll to hit with my dagger.
Oh, and you are actually in the cover of the thing from this guy up here, 20 feet tall in the thing.
I don't want to say this because it's metagaming, but Ben, is that the guy orc up there? Can he not see? The one just outside the ring of the...
Way too far, right? In the dark.
The one...
Oh, in the
You're
light.
You're in the light. The one here, yeah.
He's not looking straight line. He's not looking at Mazu.
Let's be real. He'll be distracted
no,
by the fight.
No, that is a very, very good point. Yeah, the one over there might be able to see. There's a lot of sort of sight lines going on here, so he might be able to see. It is kind of far, but you are, as I say, in this quite bright light. So if you were to do that, he might notice.
What
he probably would notice.
What if I did the classic Assassin's Creed one, where you kill them and then you bring them round to the cover, and then?
I mean, they'd still see them suddenly
No,
fall
that's not
behind
how it
his
works.
chest.
That
Okay.
guy just disappeared over there. Nothing.
Okay then. Well, I'm just going to move along here, keeping quite close to the wall, trying to stay in cover, and obviously with Pass Without Trace.
Yeah, you're
It's
not within 10
difficult to see
feet
him.
of anyone. Not within 10 feet of anyone just yet, and I think, given a straight line, the sacks here and this would stop you from being seen from that far away, so I'll allow it. All right, next up, who would like to go next in the initiative order?
Oramis,
I can go.
yeah, go on. You've got your attack.
Cool.
Oramis, not Oramis, Gylndan, do you mind if I just squeeze through?
Yes, go for it.
Just telling yourself. Do you mind if I squeeze through?
13.
Yep,
With
so that
dash.
was bonus action.
bonus.
Dash, roll, stealth,
Yes, roll the stealthing.
and obviously add 10.
Please. Wait,
There's also a sort of half-cover barrier all the way sort of around you. But Pass Without Trace.
18.
Oh,
Up there,
you're not ending
probably
your
not.
turn. Yeah, you're not ending your turn within 30 feet of Mazzy.
I haven't finished my turn.
End your turn.
He hasn't finished his turn yet, but you won't get advantage on the attack roll.
Ah! Oh, I've got to do it now, haven't I?
Yeah.
Just got to be quick about it. So I will.
Oh.
Very, very nicely done. Very well recovered. You climb up, and the ladder is, a little rickety, but you make it just to the top of the ladder. And then stepping off the ladder, there's a little thud with a ladder clangs against the side. The hobgoblin, but before he can even say anything, you press the sort of regular part of the blade behind the hobgoblin and activate the sort of ghostly spectral blade stripped from his chest before he can even say a word.
Well, that's not graphic.
Nice.
That's not graphic at all. I'm not. This is a PG. This is a PG channel, guys. Anyone can fuck off if they tell me otherwise. Cool. This guy has now been killed, and because of the sort of half cover of this and the fact you have the height advantage, I'll say that this guy won't notice, but he's still looking out at the sort of fight that's going on.
Okay. That's me done.
That's you done. Alrighty. Who would like to go up next?
If you don't mind, I'm just going to move. I'm literally just going to do some movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, I'm going to just go up there behind Mazzy. Hope for the best. Do you want me to roll stealth or no?
Nope. You're not within 10 feet. Don't need to. And finally, Mittens.
70. Dash round and along the edge up to him.
All right. Yep. Both of you using your turns to sort of slyly stick to the cover of the walls. Very nice. On the orcs and stuff turn, they're not really going to do anything.
Because of dash, man.
Oh, because of dash. Yes, stealth check, but +10, and you have like +9 on your stealth. Yeah, 27.
27.
Unnecessary.
Surprisingly, you're fine.
What do you mean, my +19 to stealth?
I still. It's absolutely ridiculous
that
that
is absolutely
freaking
insane.
lion. It just goes without being
You have-
spotted.
The lowest you can roll is a 1, so the lowest you can get is a 20.
Yeah,
I'm sure if he
lowest
critted,
yeah.
though, Ben would punish him.
If you got actually with Pass Without Trace, I might
I know it's
might
a
get rid of that
natural
just
one, but
because.
20.
Yeah. So on the orcs' turn, you can see them all shouting and cheering for this fight to go on. I'm going to roll for the fight to see what happens. So first of all, these guys are going to sort of meet in the. Guys are going to meet in the middle. The one on the top is the blacksmith. The one on the bottom is the guard. Blacksmith goes in with a miss. The guard goes in with a solid hit on the blacksmith. Blacksmith will take 1 + 2 because it's an unarmed strike. So 3.
Oh, they bare knuckle brawling.
They're bare knuckle brawling. They
I
ain't got
thought
shit.
Oh, at least
They ain't
that
got shit.
lasts a while then.
Well, bear in mind it is a basic ass commoner blacksmith and a basic ass like town guard. Like, doesn't seem like the most exciting brawl in terms of entertainment. But I guess for orcs, the entertainment part of it is watching these two guys bash it
So
out.
they're not,
That
they're
sounded
not
wrong.
flushed with choices, are they?
Not exactly. Yeah, as the sort of, so you can sort of, maybe some of you would see the guard, the blacksmith kind of tries to get a shot in, but the guard blocks it. Pow, straight across the cheek. In response, all of the orcs are sort of reeling and shouting, except for the large one over here. He's clearly betting on the blacksmith for some reason, so he's like, come on. We go back to Mazzy.
Right, well, I assume Oramis can catch up. So I'm going to continue moving. 30, and then if I dash, say again, it's double what I've done, so I can do 660, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
Will still be a stealth check, but I mean, you have like +5 to stealth anyway, so
15,
you should be alright.
22, 25. Now, okay, if I finish here, I'm more than 10 feet away from this guy, yeah, because of the height.
Yep, it's 20 feet, so he won't be able to
20 feet,
hear you, and you are just out of his sight line because you're that far down, sort of thing.
Yeah. So I'm moving
he's
up to
sort
there.
of looking that way. Okay. Sweet, Oramis.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hop down.
Yeah.
Do I try and take out that guy, or do I leave him?
Well, we've just sort of seen that I tried to take him out and I was visible.
Maybe I'll come back. We come back to him. 5, 10,
I've got
15,
an idea.
20, 25. T with a dash to there.
Cool.
Do you want me to make a stealth, or is that fine?
Where were you? Were here. No, you were here. Sorry, and moving around. You wouldn't have gone within 10 feet. So would you?
He dashed there, didn't he?
No, you'd have been fine.
If I dashed on my
Oh,
tippy toes.
dashed. Yes. Dashed. Yes. Stealth.
And this was without +10?
This was without +10 because you are no longer within the thing. So just roll stealth.
Don't need it.
Yeah,
Fine.
bread and butter.
Told you on my tippy toes. I was running.
Cool. Gylndan.
40, 50. Oh, I'm gonna dash here and probably live to regret it. Or am I within? Oh, I might get the plus 10. I might be within him. Hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think I'm within 30 feet of Mazzy, so I get the plus 10.
Yeah. Because
So-
because obviously within Mazzy's go, he moved there, so you'd still get within the.
So plus 10 to a stealth roll, which I'm not awful at. 19.
19. Yeah, you're good.
And I'm just going to whisper to Mazzy, I'll get the guy up there.
Cool.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yep.
Mittens.
Alright, I'm gonna move 25 feet, I think, to here, is it? 5, 10, yeah, 20, 25, because that puts me 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, like within 30 feet of. I'm guessing these are like sandbags or something?
Yeah, those are half cover sandbags.
At which point I am going to use my animating performance to make it come alive.
To make the sandbags come alive.
Yes.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my
What do you make
last
these sandbags do?
10 feet. So, and then as a bonus action, I can command the sandbags to attack. So, 30 feet of movement.
Sorry, which sandbags?
These ones.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to make them move up. Can I have a token for it then? Just so.
Yeah, token for it.
Any
That's
random token
no.
to represent.
Any random token to represent a bloody sandbag.
That's just
Biggest barrel on earth.
excellent.
That's a bit small. Just do it like that. This is your sandbag, sir. It
Okay.
was here. I will make you be able to move it. You should be able to move it.
Yeah, so I'm going to make it move up and attack this guy.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's done it now.
Cool, you've done it now. Rolled hit. With advantage, because surprise.
Modifier to spell attack modifier to hit.
I hate the said, "Are you sure, Ben?" By the way,
Well,
just
they're
so
all
you
going
know.
to turn around and look at us, and we're just standing here like lemons along the wall.
It's got 30 feet of movement, so it's here. I can make it go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to make it walk up and attack up to here and attack this guy.
Okay, so go right in front of him. So that won't be advantage, but still roll to hit.
So it says melee weapon attack or spell attack modified to hit. So it's just. So should I just roll charisma?
Yeah. Just roll the charisma.
Okay. Oh, I should have been rolling that with advantage. Sorry, I changed that earlier.
I think you were rolling with advantage though.
Yeah,
oh no.
That's what I said. I shouldn't have been,
You shouldn't have
but I
been.
changed it
15.
to roll with advantage when you.
15 misses. This sandbag suddenly comes out of nowhere, and the orc sees it very, very clearly. Just woof. What the hell? Anything else on your turn?
No, that's action, bonus action. And movement.
Cool. Orcs and stuff. So I guess on the initial turn, I guess while you guys were doing your thing, I'm just going to do the fighting between the two people. So the blacksmith once again misses. The guard hits. That's another 3 damage. Again, blacksmith, very, very maimed swing. The guard, very, very trained in this sort of thing, but both of them looking particularly malnourished, tired. They're both fighting for this meal, even if it is only scraps. And then all of a sudden this sandbag comes out of nowhere and tries to swing at the leader's face. He is confused as fuck. Manages to move out of the way, and that will probably gain the attention of all of them. Looking in this sort of direction. How would he sort of react to that? I guess he'll attack the sandbag. Like it's attacking him. He's like, what the fuck are you? swing his thing with it. He rolled a 7, but it's against the sandbag.
It
Does
has
it say what the
16 AC.
That's 16 AC.
Yeah.
All right, so it
When it
misses the
becomes
sandbag.
animated, it gets a full stat block, which is why I had to leave to go get the book that's got the stat block in it.
All
So
right,
a sandbag
so
has a better AC than I do.
so
Dancing
he
Light is
swings at this. He swings
big boy
quite
sandbag.
wildly at this sandbag, but it misses. This orc is going to run up, and this one
It's also
to
technically
now.
got fly speed.
This one and this one are going to both sort of come up to try and get the flank on the sandbag. That one hits. Roll damage. What's my D8? That's 7 plus 3. That's 10 damage to the sandbag.
Okay,
How much health does the sandbag have?
45.
What?
10 plus 5 times my bard level.
Oh my lord! All right. Well, the other one's
We
gonna attack.
need to get us some more sandbags.
Unfortunately, I can only animate one object at a time.
The second
Otherwise
one
I have a
hits,
small army.
and that's another 10.
Have bears?
That's another
No
10
bears.
Only
damage.
some
Piss
bear
off the bears.
statues.
This guy here and this guy up here are both going to make Arcana checks.
Fabulous.
14. That's a 16. This guy seems to think that it is obviously something magical, and he's going to cast Dispel Magic on the sandbag.
Okay.
Does that work upon the sandbag, or will he have to cast it at you?
Condition immunities: charmed, exhausted, poisoned, and frightened. Item is
What do you mean
immune
the
to any
sandbag can't be
spell or
exhausted?
effect that would alter its form, which could be interpreted to mean it's immune to that, because if you cast that, it then turns normal.
I think altering its form means like polymorph
Yeah.
and things like that. So, but the thing is, so how does the spell work? You
It's not
are
a spell.
so animated thing. No. So how does it work? Is it you're controlling it, right?
Yes.
It is not that the sandbag has come alive and has a mind of its own.
It has the ability to act on its own, but I also have the ability to command it. So
I think
in
I
combat,
would-
it shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It can move and use its reactions on its own, but the only action it takes is the dodge action, unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to take another action.
I would personally rule that Dispel Magic does it because it is sentient. It has magic within it. It's not like you're just using like Mage Hand to pick up a sandbag and whack him with it. It's not like that sort of animation. Or it's not like, unless you tell it to do something, it is just a regular ass sandbag. It is in and of itself a thing.
Yeah.
So I would probably say, what level is it? No, it's an ability.
It's an ability, so it's not a spell.
Ah, that changes things. He's doing it at 3rd level. Would Dispel Magic work against Channel Divinity?
I don't know, because none of the effects I know of Channel Divinity last for a duration.
Does Dispel Magic work against hit performance? Spell Magic would work on one construct at a time. Every target affected by the same spell, such as casting Spell Magic on a construct of animate object, would cause that object to become inanimate, but would not end the spell's effect on other targets. So therefore, he's casting it on the sandbag. I would therefore say that the sandbag becomes a regular ass sandbag.
Right. Okay.
Cool. So, sandbag becomes a regular ass sandbag. Not before I can get a couple of swings in and take a couple of hits. The first one's like, what the hell is it? The next sort of hobgoblin standing up upon the sort of ramp points over his staff, and you can just see suddenly this form of the sandbag begin to slowly twitch and shrivel, losing its sentience, and drops hard to the floor. Maybe after it's been hit a couple of times, a little bit of sand pours out of the side. They're all very, very curious now. They're all staring at this sandbag. The two fighters aren't quite sure whether to keep going or whether to stop. They're just sort of standing there like,
what is going on?
What's going on there? They're probably actually, with a little bit of movement, gonna just take a step back from each other. I'll pick up the initiative there with Mazzy. So I'd probably say these orcs and stuff are now probably on somewhat alert. Therefore, you won't get advantage on hits to them, but they are also really not looking in your area at all.
Is Pass of that Trace still active?
Pass of that Trace is still active.
So theoretically, if we did nothing, they would not see us.
No, unless they looked in your...
They looked at us, we're...
We're just sitting there like...
Hi guys, no, you do them.
I don't know how tucked into that bench you are, Matt.
I'm going to untuck myself from the bench and tuck myself into the corner and make my way. I've lost count of the steps. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll just go to there for now because I'm aware Oramis needs to catch up.
How are you getting there?
Round the table?
Round the table.
Oh, can I go under the table, through the table, over the table?
Oh, no. Oh, this guy.
This guy up
To be fair,
here.
how's he not
Oh
seen us
shit,
anyway?
I didn't see him. Fuck.
Because you're technically
Did
behind
you
his
not
sort
say
of
that
cone
everyone
of...
had turned to look at the objects?
True, but if he's moving around the table, then he's moving at least out to here, which is still, if you think
Yeah, but if this
his
guy had
view is
turned to
narrowed
look at
from
the object,
wide to a cone.
he's
Turn
Well,
to
he
look at
can't
the
see
object,
it.
but there's still
He can't see
peripheral-
it from where he is, can he? He's,
This guy.
yeah,
his turn to look at
the guy
here.
guy on the wheel cart.
Guy in the wheel car, no,
Yeah.
he's like in the building. He can't see shit. He's
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's
who
a
pointed
building.
at that?
he's yeah. Oh yeah. This wooden structure here is all these wooden structures here.
I thought
are
that was
buildings.
like a little
I thought it was like a
stage or
stage.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Because he's got
completely
no
my bad.
doors.
Yeah, because it's been blown in by a cart to the side. That is completely my bad. I
Right.
thought that was potentially clear. Yeah, this is I'm pretty sure I said this. These two bits either side here are
Yeah, you
buildings. Both.
But it does have
these sort of
windows.
fairly commercial building. Yeah, because a wagon's gone into the front of it, and this one, yeah, admittedly doesn't have a door on the back, but maybe think that the door would be somewhere around there.
So who can see Matt? Which one can see Matt? Ping him.
The one up here.
Well, there.
Ah, I see.
From up there, because
yeah.
you went around the table and therefore would have been in that square, maybe even that square.
I didn't think about
I
that.
would have moved around.
Can I go back?
No, is he? He must be looking at the. No, I'm off about to make a stealth check, but he must be looking further afield at the sandbag.
He's
stuff,
looking
surely.
further afield, yeah, but
But
there is
also,
also like
at the
peripheral
same-
vision, like potentially seeing something down below you.
Yeah.
At
That's
the
fair.
same time,
Especially,
Gylndan was
like-
going to deal with him.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah,
he's
would you like
obviously
me-
on.
Would you like me to go first?
So Matt rolls a so how it works is Matt now rolls a stealth check.
1 sec.
Roll your stealth check.
And it's a plus 10, isn't it? So
Boston, yeah.
it's a plus 6 for me. So, I mean,
That's a 24, so it passes. So he doesn't immediately see you. He just thinks he sees something. On his turn, which is at the very, very end of the
he
initiative
can
order,
come and have a look.
he will make a perception check to see if he can see something. Might have a look. So Gylndan, you've still got your sort of opportunity to
Yeah.
opportunity
Okay.
to deal a bit of
Okay,
damage.
I'm happy
Yes,
Did you say these buildings were 20 feet up?
I did say these buildings are 20 feet up. Yes,
Can I misty step here, please?
of course you can misty step there, Sam.
Okie dokie. And then I'm going to come up behind this guy, and then I'm going to hit him sort of across so that he falls to the square to his left if I do hit him.
Okie dokie. Roll to hit without advantage because
See,
he's
without
alert.
advantage makes me nervous.
For he's quite alert.
Da, 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 da. Please, 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 please. No. Oh, no.
Unfortunately, your attack doesn't quite hit. Wait, what the hell am I doing? It's Oramis's go.
What the fuck?
Oh, well,
'cause
doesn't matter. You
it's
do it again
initiative-
next
it's initiative order, isn't it? So you said we can pick whatever.
Well, I said
Oh,
you
it's
pick
stealth
whatever at the
initiative order.
at the very beginning, not
Oh, I
then
thought it was.
as things go.
I thought it was flexible all the way through.
Does that mean Gylndan gets to re-roll when it comes around to him?
No.
No, I failed that in my mind.
Yeah, you've.
Like, it's a bit cheap to say that I
Yeah,
didn't fail it. and someone else
Oramis.
should have gone.
Before the ramifications of what goes on here happens, Oramis, you take your go.
Fish up to this boy. Everyone else is now looking away from what I can see.
Yep. Roll to hit.
Nice.
Nice, definitely hits. Roll. Don't even roll the damage. He is out for the count, completely gone. You still have a bit of movement left. You have bonus actions and.
Can I? Possibly won't matter, but can I drag him just behind the barrel?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so you can just move him sort of out of sight just there. That's perfectly fine. You can also obviously move yourself there. Nice. Anything else on your turn?
I'm going to move up to here with a dash.
Okie dokie. Back to Gylndan and the Hobgoblin. Unfortunately, Gylndan, yes, that did not hit. You try and get your staff around this Hobgoblin, but he is quite aware now. He's confused of what's going on. Something's clearly around him, and therefore, as soon as he hears, even like sees a slight glimpse of the staff coming around you, he reacts, pushing your staff away. He's going to turn around, therefore ultimately seeing you, and he's going to try and grapple.
Not have some sort of advantage because he's in stealth. This is technically a surprise attack. I can't remember what you wrote in the rules for stealth.
He's alert now because of the bag.
Yeah. Because of not because of the bag, but because of no. No, he was alert because he saw Mazzy way down below.
Oh, that as well, yeah.
Right. Yes.
That's what it was. Therefore, his senses are somewhat a little bit heightened. So when Gylndan tried to take him down, he saw just a little bit of the staff coming around his neck. He managed to move out of the way, and he's going to try and grapple you. Gylndan, can you make me a strength saving throw, please?
Gonna fail.
Thank you, Luke. I've not rolled fantastically on saves today, and long may that. Oh yes.
You are fine.
It was, of course, the double bluff saying you would fail.
You are perfectly fine.
Can I push him off the roof, Ben? Shit.
You can't quite push him off the roof, but that is all he can really do on his turn, other than try and shout to his friend, "Oi, stop! Escape! Slave escape!" Just shouting that up. At which point, on the rest of the baddies' turns, that might have some kind of ramifications as well. Mittens, it is your go. No, he doesn't try and grapple you. It's not even his turn yet. Mittens, your go. I'll still use that. He was going to grapple you anyway, so I'll keep that strength save.
Okay, cool.
I'm all over the place.
Fuck all I can do from down here.
Join Mazzy.
Pardon?
Join Mazzy.
Yeah, I mean, there is several I can do. So, yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, and then stick, just... I'll go I'll tuck in next to Mazzy.
Okay, cool. Tucked in next to Mazzy. Is that everything on your turn?
Yeah, I can't really do anything else.
Cool. So, on the turn of the orcs and hobgoblins and such, obviously this guy tries to grapple Gylndan, fails. So tries to grapple Gylndan, fails. Tries to cry out, saying, someone's escaped, the slaves have escaped. I'm just going to make a quick perception check, because obviously there's a lot going on over there, to just see if they might notice. Okay, so I think this guy has a particularly high wisdom, so he might probably hear something going on, and he's going to be become a bit more alert as well, and he's going to move. He's going to look around here. And obviously looking up, he will see from the angle he's at, you can probably see Mittens. But then again, he's not looking down, he's more looking up. But I think I'd probably say he might just be able to see Mittens. Yeah, I think I'd probably rule that he'd probably be able to see Mittens, but also he'd probably be able to see definitely be able to see Gylndan and think having a quick tussle. These guys over here are way too sort of focused on the sandbag still, and this guy as well is going to sort of.
It's not on a sandbag. It's some tattered
just
cloth.
Yeah, it's just some tattered cloth. But this guy's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They're going to move around and sort of have a look. But this guy in particular has had a look around and seen, so he's going to turn up to orange.
Is the step above orange like found out?
So when he gets to orange, I wrote it down somewhere. Basically, orange means that he has visually seen you, but he hasn't warned anyone yet. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything of the sort yet, but he will. He's like actively going to have a look and see what's going on. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll start his next turn in red, which is just combat. That's it. Most other people, as it turns out, are way too focused on this thing, because they all roll really low and he rolled really high. However, this is a devastator. Mittens will probably tell you that some of these hobgoblins have the ability to use some form of magic. So, be that as it may. We'll go back to the top of the round with Mazzy. Mazzy, you can see probably by now a hobgoblin looking directly at you, directly up at Gylndan, directly at Mittens. What would you like to do?
Kill him.
Yeah. Oh shit! I've just zoomed out way too far. I was meant to be zooming in. If I do kill him, is that going to alert everyone else? That's the issue.
I mean, he's on the verge of alerting anyone anyway.
Yeah. Well, let's just take a step to the side to not hit my favourite lion in the back. And longbow him.
Longbow. Roll to hit, sir. I think he's got a really low. Yeah, he's got a very low. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Oh, for God's sake.
Only 4.
I've got to do that again, haven't I?
Your first shot thumps into sort of his leg. Definitely hits again.
Be better.
Bit better. 14. He's still up. He's still up standing, but 2
having a good
of
day
his
today.
arrows have thumped into him quite hard. This guy is much less armored, and at the end of the day, he still is a hobgoblin, so he's not looking pretty, but he's also still standing upright. Oramis.
To help Gylndan or to try and take out that guy? Okay. Move that. Gonna fire a crossbow shot.
At who? The One below
This
or one
one
up high?
here. This one here, yeah.
Yep, rolled it.
Oh dear.
Wide,
You're
I'm afraid.
kidding.
Something trickling off somewhere below the wagon. Just behind.
Okay, I can make it up to him.
Alright.
This is possibly really dumb because that guy's there, but then on the next turn he could raise the alarm anyway. Conceal blade. Oh, come
Hits.
on.
Roll
Oh,
damage.
thank God.
8. So that's 8 more damage. That's... Oh! Interestingly, he goes down.
Was that like 7 would have failed?
Yeah, 7 would have failed.
Oh,
Passed.
Yes.
22 HP. Very nicely
Well
done
done, Nick.
with your sort of concealed blade attack. You run, miss the crossbow bolt, run up to him, stab him in the gut, quite fiercely, putting him out of his misery before he can alert any of the others. Although that guy's cries didn't necessarily go without notice, but the rest of them are more concerned at the flying sandbag trying to hurt people. Gylndan, your turn.
What to do?
well, there's a guy in front of you, right?
Yeah, no, but it's just hard to deal with it because I'm not going to kill him.
I'll catch him if you push him off.
I mean, that's. I don't think it would necessarily be that loud. I mean, that's a famous last words, isn't it?
Check him out.
But I don't know if there's an action to check him out because it's not in stealth anymore, is it?
Because I just read Castle Without Trace, it doesn't say anything about when you're in action, you lose it.
It would still be up. It's still up for the full hour. But the point is that
They've
you've
noticed
all
us, so
been-
it's not really a big effect.
they've noticed us, so it's not really a big thing.
If we suddenly they lost sight of us, it would be back.
Yeah.
So if
I think the
Gylndan
staff
can
push him.
take him out, then
Yeah, potentially if Gylndan could take this guy out, you don't know how long the others are distracted for, but there might be some sort of wiggle room in there.
All right, can I try and push him off the edge of the roof?
Push as in staff push or push as in regular push?
Just regular push. Oh, what do I stand a better chance of doing? Well, so like, I could push it if I push him off. It's a bit quieter than me staff pushing him off because I've got to shout out a word to do that.
You have to
You don't necessarily have to
it.
shout it, you just have to say it. But
Yeah. Okay. I've got a better chance of hitting him then. Right. Let's dragon head him. For the love of God, staff, please. Don't let me down.
big moment.
That's not a letdown.
Oh, that's not a letdown. That hits. Roll damage.
Two-handed. Of course, is less. I don't think it's ever
Two-handed
rolled
is
higher.
4. You say the words Enyor, whether you whisper or shout them, doesn't matter.
Absolutely whisper.
Absolutely whisper. He flies back and will fall. This building's a little bit taller, so he will fall. As has 2 things. He will fall. It's 20 feet, so that's a d6 for every 10 feet he falls. So, Sam, could you roll me 2d6, please? He's going to have to make a
Would
dex
he
save as
take
well.
damage for being chucked into the wall of the next building, and then damage for hitting the floor?
That's a heavy fall.
I think he would be. I think he would do. Not that it matters, although he does have
Oh,
to
wow,
make a dex,
Sam, thank you.
he does get to make a dex save, which he fails.
Hey.
He got a 6 on DC 10, whatever. So, you lucky son of a bitch. He hits the
Know
floor
what you mean.
hard on his back. Dead. That 11 would have done the trick. That is high 2d6.
That's a very high and a very lucky 2d6.
Very high and a very, very lucky 2d6. The 2 here have collapsed. Everyone else is still going. You still have the rest of your movement and things like that.
Yeah. Oh god.
Jump down, maybe we can.
Off roof. Well, seeing what just happened to that guy who went off the roof, I don't think I'll do that. I've run out of Misty Steps as well. So how much movement have I got? I got all of it. 5, 10, 15,
you've got all
20.
of it.
Can I start on this? I've got 10 feet left, so how far do I get down the ladder?
How far do you get down the ladder?
There's
Probably
20
not.
feet, isn't it? So I get halfway down.
Depends how you want to go down. Are you trying to slowly make sure you're climbing your way down, or are you going quickly
I
down?
mean, I'd say there's nobody near you right there to be able to hear if you went down quickly.
Yeah, I'm doing it quite. I'm trying to do it quite speedy. I want to get back on the floor quick.
Okay,
Hiding.
make me a acrobatics check, real quick.
Oh bollocks! Stop with all these checks, man. Oh yes,
Doesn't
get it.
matter.
I'd say you're able to get to the ground.
Thank you. That's me.
Cool, able to get to the ground, and we'll, seeing as it's 10:30, we will go with Mitten's turn.
JJ's yeah.
Because-
JJ's the last
I
one.
mean, all I'm going to do
Because-
is like run out here and drag the body in. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, that was what I was about to do as well. So good. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good.
That's
Good idea.
And I'll like stack it up like with the other one like tucked into the corner so it's not visible.
Yeah. Nice. So you quickly grab the body of the hobgoblin, or the devastators. Rather, pull him
I
in.
want to have a quick like rifle through his pockets because I know these devastators are a little bit more leader-like, so he might have some interesting stuff on him.
Yeah. Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. 13. Not bad. Plus 0.
13. So you probably find the basics of what a sort of wizard-like goblin would have. So he has a sort of necklace of teeth, sort of wrapped around his neck, tied to his the side of his belt. He has his arcane focus, this extremely poorly uncut gem, but it's still an arcane focus. Still can wield some form of power. A basic sort of wizard staff, and about five copper pieces.
Okay. Like when you say a basic wizard staff,
Just like a quarterstaff.
just like a core staff. Okay, so it's not actually
Yeah.
magical in any way.
No, it is just a quarterstaff.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket his focus and that's about it.
Cool. And just to finish up on the orcs and stuff turn. I'm going to roll a d4 because I don't want to roll this. I don't want the pressure. Matt, roll me a d20.
Right, this went so well last time.
It can't get much worse than what I rolled last time. So yeah.
13. Okay. Find the next session what that does.
That's 2
Of
weeks.
course
Ben.
I was going to do it. Of course I was going to do it.
Oh yeah.
I'm
You
an
can take your
asshole.
laptop with you to Wales, man.
I will take my laptop with me. So technically, we could still do it.
Yeah, I mean, again, let me know. I'll plan the next session in advance just in case. But let me know what's going on, whether you want to do it, whether you don't want to do it. I'm easy
I mean,
either
actually,
way.
I'll probably need things to do in the evenings because, well, won't
Yeah,
exactly have a PlayStation.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think
okay, cool.
the mid-season break is good, but that is not a good place to have a break.